Hey, what's up, beautiful people? We are back at it again. So the goal today is to play your decks and rate them. So I'll be pulling them directly from the comments and also from the live chat. So whatever decks you guys have, whenever you're here, drop them and let's see if they're good. We're going to be getting into the action, just play a couple games while we're waiting. But yeah, I hope that this series is actually something that's remotely successful that we can do again in the future. Because if people vibe with this and y'all want to see this again, then yeah, it could be fun to just check out decks live with you guys. So this deck that I'm currently playing is one of my favorite decks in the game. It just got the Knight Evolution buff because the Knight Evolution just came into the game, so that's a pretty big benefit. I'm going to go in for a Tornado, so I think it's better for me to just activate King Tower here with the Knight and then maybe go in for a log here on the Knight and then be okay. Like, obviously, activating King Tower is a good thing. Taking damage on both sides, not that scary. So I think that as long as he doesn't aggregate his damage, we can go for Wall Breakers and Knight and vibe. Hey, Tag, what's up, man? What's going on, brother? It's, what's the take for our deck to be tried out? So, yeah, if you want to get your deck tried out, all you have to do is post it in the comments. Just say what the deck is. I'll copy it. I'll paste it. I'll play it. Let me know, let me know, let me know. Also, I don't know if you guys saw that, but that bowler is looking at those Spear Goblins, and he was devious. Fortunately for us, it didn't work out for him. So I think that, you know, it's a weird deck combination. Whenever we see Electro Dragon with Knight and Bowler, not really something that I see very often. Anyway, the one Spear Goblin still stayed alive because I guess the Electro Dragon targeted one of the Spear Goblins, and then also the Knight or something. I don't know. That was interesting. Magic Archer fires faster, so it ends up getting 2 shots on the tower. The Barb Barrel will give him some damage, so I'm going to go Magic Archer to eliminate that. And Classic Logbait. I mean, yeah, I can do that too. A lot of different decks, though. I want to see stuff that's more unique, if you guys are wondering. Like, I guess I will give you a full comprehensive view. I'm not going to pick things that are like, oh, you know, I've played this deck a million times. This is a deck that I'm just playing right now because it is super good. And I guess I have played this a million times, but it is different with the Evolved Knight. So maybe, though. Actually, you're right. Wow. I just talked myself into using Classic Logbait because there's a 1-card differential with the Evolved Knight. Huh. Yeah, I haven't played that yet, so that'll be kind of fun. Minor Poison deck. Well, that's just the... That's 2 cards. You got to give the rest, man. You're trying to make life hard for me out here, bro. All right, we're going to go for Wall Breakers here on the right-hand side. I definitely want to go for a Minor. The good thing about this is, like, we should be able to kill the Knight. And if you didn't know, the way that the Knight works is when he's moving, he has an 80% damage reduction. You don't want to not attack him. If the man is moving, then that's going to be a problem. If he's set in stone and he's staying somewhere and he's stagnant and he's being a stoic sir, then he's going to take a lot more damage, which is interesting. Anyway, we're going to go in for Spear Goblins here. Definitely want to go in for a Minor, I think, on defense. Get a Knight down as well. It was a pretty smart Tornado on his end. That's generally what people will do at the skill level. They will wait for the right opportunity, then they'll start to spam you a lot more aggressively. When we get Spear Goblins down, we should be okay. Ooh, that was aggressive from our homie. Anyway, we're just keep spamming on the right-hand side. The reason why I'm doing that is because if I go in the left-hand side, I'm just going to give him bowlers and stuff. So even though I had his tower at 1,000 health on the left, notice how I started to switch on the right, and he didn't even want to defend it because it just cost too much elixir. The investment was too high for him. He's like, nah, I'm not dealing with that. All right, we can NATO here. Ooh, wait, is that still going to work? Please, let's go. That is so much damage. Solid stuff. All right, we're going to go in for... Oh, the Evolved Knight got a hit on the tower. I don't know if you guys saw that. That's actually wacky. Card is so broken sometimes because you have to over-respond to kill it when it's traveling, which obviously is not a good vibe. GG. On to the next one. Yeesh. Battle Ram, Mirror, Golden Knight, Archers, Cannon, Guild Spirit, Rage. Yeah, dude, that's what's up. Yo, you're live again. I have a huge question. I just started playing after a while. I'm stuck in Arena 5. Can you help me out? Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of videos that I have on like free-to-play decks. So type in like SirTag free-to-play. Like, actually, let's just do this. SirTag free-to-play giant or like Royal Giant deck. There's a couple that I liked a lot. All right, where is it? There's one deck that I'll be posting in the chat really quick. Actually, I'll post this in... Yeah, where is it? There's a couple different decks, but this deck that I really enjoy, I'll let you know. Here it is. So, essentially, I'll have it in the pinned comment. it is the deck that I used to get 7,500 trophies, Clash Royale Arena 20, and all the cards are essentially common cards. You can level up your Knight as the evolution when you get it, or you could use the Mortar as the evolution. There's 2 different cards that you can evolve, and it's just a really fun and good deck. Oh, wait, it even has Firecracker, too. Yeah, that was one of the best decks that I've ever posted, so I would highly, highly recommend start upgrading that. And you can put in different cards, like maybe Spear Goblins if you don't have Firecracker immediately or something like that, but that would be the deck that I would recommend. All right, so let's take a look. So someone wants me to get a Sparky deck with Goblin Giant, Dark Prince, Electro Wizard, Heal Spirit. Okay, let's check that out. Let's run it. Let's run it, all right? So we have Sparky, and then we have Dark Prince. Where it at? Where it at? There it is. You ended up saying also you finished top 1,500 with that. Ooh, okay, that's really spicy. So currently the deck that I played right now, I would rate that like a 9 out of 10. I think that it's like probably just about as good as it can be. Definitely one of the best decks in the game. Magic Archer right now, especially with the Knight is able to tank it for so long, so it just gives you a lot more value. You have Rage and Zap in there. So we will go and put that in, and we'll also put a Rage in. And then I guess we're going to also put in a Electro Wizard. We'll put in a Prince. Wait, no, Dark Prince. Sparky, Goblin Giant. Okay, cool, cool, cool. We're seeing it. We're seeing it all. All the pieces of the puzzle are coming together, guys. And then I feel like someone's going to troll me, and they're going to like leave out one card. I think it's definitely going to happen. Maybe not you, but... All right, so we're missing one card, right? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, E-Barbs. All right, we're good. Yeah, I was wondering. I was like, is it Mini P.E.K.K.A? Is it E-Barbs? But you finished 1,500 in the world with this deck. Let's test it out. There are no evolutions. Let's get down to business. Let's go. I'm also excited to see who's going to have the best deck today. What commenter's deck is going to be by far the best? Also, I'm going to read all your guys' comments after this game. I'll be reading them in between games, by the way. All right, so Travis, thank you for the... well, actually, wow, I just lied to y'all. I just immediately plopped over to do that. Travis, thank you for becoming a member. Purple Skittle says, my deck is 3 Musketeers, Ice Golem, E-Barbs, Pump, Rage, Bandit, Royal Ghost. By the way, you're amazing. Thank you for saying that, man. I don't know if I'm amazing or anything like that, but I'm glad that we have such a supportive community. You guys make me feel amazing. Also, Yazan, thanks for becoming a member, brother. Glad to have you here. Yo, no evolution pog? I know, right? Mo, it's crazy that, you know, people out here not playing evolutions. But anyway, we're going to be going in for a Goblin Giant, and then I don't want to go in for anything besides like a Rage or a Dark Prince plus Heal Spirit. Maybe, yeah, I think this is probably the play. He might log on this, and the Sparky's going to stay alive a lot longer now. We could Rage on Skeletons or something. Sparky, yes! Look at that prediction. Did you guys see that? I crushed those Skeletons. You might not have seen that. You might have to rewind, but... hit the Skeletons. Let's freaking go. Easy. New haircut looking good. Thanks, man. Yeah, I feel really good. I feel, I don't know. I feel great. 200 IQ? Yes, sir. That's what's up. W prediction? Yes, sir. That's how it works. Man. All right, so the way I see it right now is we're in a good spot. You know, like I'm looking at it. I can go for a Sparky. I can go for a Goblin Giant. We can kind of vibe that way, and we see what cooks, you know. That's the way that I want to play. All right, let's go Dark Prince here. And then, damn, that worked out so well. Sheesh. Killing the game right now. Maybe I can go in for like a Goblin Giant with a Sparky. Yeah, I think that's probably the play. I think we go Goblin Giant with a Sparky. We go in for a Heal Spirit, and then we make these things happen. We make these things happen, boys. We make these things happen. One of the worst things is the Knight, because the Knight, when it's moving and you go for a Sparky against the Knight, it does not work well because the Sparky just does not do that much damage. Because the Knight has the damage reduction, it's kind of crazy. It's definitely a difficult aspect of the game where Sparky does not fare that well in the meta right now, specifically into that Knight, because it just does not die. Kind of annoying. All right, we're going to just rage this up. It should go and target the Knight, which is really bad for us, but it is what it is. Ooh, this is not good. This is not good, bro. Woo! Sparky got raged up, and I guess we're alive. Let's go in for E-Barbs, expect him to go Hog Rider and then zap on it. Wait, do we win? Oh my gosh, please, just give me the win. Just give me the win, Clash Royale! Don't do this to me right now. No! I can't believe Fireball did that much, but I guess we're level 14, so it makes sense now. That's bad. Guys, I was sitting there. I was just waiting for it to happen. I'm like, we got this. Easy, easy. Light work, light work. And then he fireballs me. How could he? How could he? Knight reduction to 70% nerf. I feel like the Knight is overrated. It's definitely a strong card, but I don't think it's like the best card in the game or anything like that. All right, let's do this. And then we'll go here. I think it's just exceptionally good against Sparky. As you saw right there, one of the difficulties about the Sparky is when the Knight's moving, you're not able to get the value. Oh, we didn't get the splash. All right, this is really bad. The way I see it right now is if we go in for like a Goblin Giant and Dark Prince, we are going to be able to go and kill the Hog Rider, but I don't know how I'm going to win this because it's going to be hard to break through Musketeers when I don't have a Fireball or something. And he can Fireball and like double Fireball log on top of my Sparky. Finish it off that way. Damn. All right. Well, we're going to go Goblin Giant here, and we're going to go in for Heal Spirit, and then... yeah. I don't know. Oof. What are we able to do here? I think we can do this, and then we can go in for like a Goblin Giant front. Damn. If I go in for a Heal Spirit because he doesn't end up having the right card cycle because he just ended up using his log, maybe we can still make something happen. The Dark Prince is likely not going to do what we need, but it's going to get raged up. It goes right into a Knight. Feels bad, man. Yeah, I need to go for like dual lane pressure. I don't even think that's going to be possible, but I have to try, you know? Sometimes you just have to see what happens. This is one of those moments that we are going bold and we're going to go right into a Knight and we're not going to make it happen. So I think in this meta, I think your deck is really, really cool. It's awesome. But I would rate it like a 7 or... yeah, I mean, I got to rate it like a 7 in the meta right now. It's really bad into the Evolved Knight. So even though it's a great deck and it was an amazing deck last season, one of the big difficulties right now is I want to showcase that again. Going directly into an Evolved Knight with a Sparky just does not feel like a good strategy. Where is it? But yeah, we took the tower here. I could have probably played better and held on, right? If I was super Omega focused, I would have probably Electro Wizarded up high and been okay. But I started to spam and overcommit there. Should have Sparkied in the back right now, so then I would have been able to stop him from doing anything. If I Sparky in the back instead of doing something dumb, then we would be able to hit the Hog Rider. It was just really bad, right? The E-Barbs are locking not onto the Hog Rider immediately, and then he Fireballs. He actually didn't get damaged. Wait, how did I lose this then? Where did I go wrong? Let's take a look at that. The Dark Prince died to like an Ice Beard and a Musketeer, then I ate damage, and then I didn't Sparky immediately. That lack of Sparkying immediately and the Sparky not targeting the Hog Rider is what lost me the game. That's why I lost the game there. But in reality, if you get to later stages and it's like double Elixir and you don't take their tower immediately into an Evolved Knight, like I think this guy didn't play super well to let me take the tower, then you end up having these type of interactions. Where is it? Watch this. Just watch this for a second, guys. This is crazy. Look at this Knight. Damage reduction doesn't... that's a Sparky shot. And E-Barb hit. And Goblin Giant damage. And it's still not dying. Isn't that insane? So for me personally, I'm not a huge fan of the Sparky right now in the meta. All right, let's keep looking. Let's keep looking. All right, so I'm going to be mixing in donations as well, but I'm not going to do all donations because I don't want to feel super sellout. I will definitely be probably incorporating more donations because... you know, I think that that's cool to also to have the people that are subscribed and stuff like that be getting, you know, shout outs or not like, sorry, people that are subscribed and stuff being able to get incorporated into this. But I also want to mix it up, you know, I want this to be for everyone here, regardless of what you do for me. So use Mega Knight, Skeleton Barrel, Firecracker, Prince Log, Muskie, and Mini Pack. I've played that before. Let's try to see if there's something unique. Let's just take and scour the comments and find something fun. Okay. Okay. I think I did. Gunslinger 44 says Hog Rider Mortar, which is a very, you know, common theme, right? Hog Rider Mortar. Sure, sure, sure. It's a remarkable strategy. There's no doubt about it. But what does he have, guys? He's got Earthquake and Fireball in the exact same deck, which is absolutely insane. I'm kind of shook that he's packing this, but I think we got to play it and see what it looks like. Earthquake, Fireball. And then he's also going to end up having Phoenix, Musketeer, Goblins. Phoenix. Musketeer. Goblins. And then we're looking at Ice Spirit. Well, and then what other cards are we looking at? Mortar, Hog Rider, Musketeer, Goblins, Earthquake, Fireball, Ice Spirit. Wait, are we missing a card, bro? Hog Rider. Hey, okay, glad. I'm glad that I missed it, because, like, sometimes if I don't miss it and I just keep going with it, I feel like a fool. Is the Hog Rider boosted this season? Yeah, sometimes, like, that will happen as well. The card's boosted during the season, and you're looking for it, you're like, where is it? Where is it? And you're freaking out. But in reality, like, it's literally just, it's just here. You should not have been looking for it the entire time. Hype! Also, Carter, thank you for the $5. Todd, thank you for the $5. Mo, thank you for the 10. And then on Drum, thank you for becoming a member, man. I truly, truly appreciate that. Whenever you're playing an evolution deck, you just cycle the evolution as much as you can. If you have stable defenses, that is. I'm not saying, like, hey, if you can't defend, you can't do that. You just can't just randomly cycle stuff. All right, we're going to go for goblins here. We are going to be able to kill the Dark Prince, and then I think I can follow through with the Hog Riders. So we've got a Hog Rider Phoenix counter push right now, going directly into our opponent that's going to have a Goblin Gang. And we know that if we Earthquake, we can kill the Goblin, so then the Phoenix applies some pressure. Here's the thing. I freaking hate Phoenix in this type of deck. I think Phoenix makes sense in beatdown decks. I think Phoenix makes a lot of sense when you are running it in its overpowered state. But right now, I think Phoenix is like a fair and balanced card. Like, sure, it's a good legendary. Like, it's an amazing legendary to upgrade, but it's not the only legendary that you would want to use in all of your decks. Like, you already have Musketeer. You could maybe use Mighty Miner for that, like, ground anti-air as well with the ability, right? Having that more versatility is nice. Because Phoenix, with a fast-paced Hog Rider, doesn't really pair that nicely, right? Think about it from this perspective. Your Hog Rider's moving super fast. Your Phoenix is super slow. And then the Phoenix can't ever catch up or apply aggression at the same time. Usually Hog Rider's paired with bats or minions for that reason. So just something to keep in mind in case you are unaware. But I'm sure you're aware of that. All right, so I'm going to go Ice Spirit here, so then we're going to be able to go and kill that. Definitely don't want to take too much damage on our Musketeer or our Mortar, ideally. But yeah, this Phoenix is getting cycled into a Goblin Gang is not ideal. Kind of just trying to get to our Mortar evolution, and I can't go and cycle the Mortar anymore. Kind of have to just save that. I guess I can go for a Hog Rider, so then we're able to tank for the Musketeer, so when he goes in for a Goblin Giant, the Goblin Giant's going to lock onto the Hog Rider for a while, so that's kind of a benefit. We can go Phoenix early on, and then we can go Goblins again. The game plan right now is just to be able to go and kill the Goblin Giant, and then surround the Dark Prince, and see how that works. If I can surround the Dark Prince and then kill it, I think we're in an okay spot. Not great, but it works. We have the Evolved Mortar, too. You jump, I jump is the clan. I like his clan. I like his clan. Also, we're not playing against anyone with a building, so the Earthquake just feels very useless. Man, this is also a bad card cycle as well. Like, the way I'm looking at it, like, look at this card cycle, man. Like, I have 2 spells, and I'm not able to do much with them. Like, it feels awkward having those spells in the deck. Like the Earthquake and the Fireball. It's kind of cool, but it's hard to get value from sometimes. Okay, the Fireball's out. He loses the Dark Prince. We can go Hog Rider right now. Maybe go Ice Spirit. No, that Ice Spirit's bad. Should have had enough Elixir for the EQ. Alright. Walked onto the Prince instead. That's not good. We're going to go for a Mortar aggressively here. And we're going to go for another Phoenix just to apply more pressure. Hopefully we're going to be able to break through and do some extra damage with the Mortar on the tower, which is very nice. All right, we can get him in a bad card cycle. He's arrowing. He's not even hitting everything. It's kind of good. Get an Ice Spirit down. Earthquake on the Goblin Gang. That has to come down. You can just kill the Prince and not lose the tower. Let's go! That comeback, though. Guys, I'm going to be honest. I did not expect that to happen. I totally thought we were going to get screwed, but wow. I like the combo of having Evo Mortar with Hog Rider just because the pressure, right? You spam with the Evo Mortar as much as you can. Your opponent has to deal with that. Then they're spamming cards on the other side to distract your Mortar. And then because they don't have as much Elixir, the Hog Rider comes through and it does so much damage, especially with Earthquake. So when you've got Mighty Miner here instead of the Phoenix and you have Log instead of the Fireball, the deck is like amazing. You could even run Snowball instead of the Phoenix if you want more anti-air defense, right? But I would never really run the Fireball and Earthquake. I think it's just, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. So I would rate this deck 6.5 out of 10. I think it's got really good concept, but yeah, you just need to use the standard concept if you want to be more successful. Also, now we're gonna take one from the donations. The earliest one. We'll do Purple Skittles one. It says 3 Musketeers, Ice Golem. Also, if you're running 3 Musketeers, I almost 100% agree that you should be using, like, I don't know, you should be trying to spam like a ton of elixir collectors as much as you can, just because they're so broken right now. The fact that elixir collectors allow you to just get an inherent elixir advantage to steamroll your opponents, it doesn't even matter the matchup that you're playing. Sometimes that's what matters, like just getting enough elixir to overcome the possibility of like losing. Even if you have a bad matchup, you can still play better and still win, as long as you end up getting an elixir advantage. It's a win condition. It really is, which is something that most people don't expect. All right, so we want E-barbs in there as well. And then it would be cool, you know, if Clash Royale had some way of like me taking directly from the comments. You guys type something and then like AI integrates it directly into the game, and then I'm able to copy and paste it, and then it works. Like, that would be so cool if that was ever the case. If there was like word recognition, and then that would, I think it's probably not that hard to do. There's no way, right? Just generating a deck link. All right, we want Rage in there. Yeah, I like this deck already. Unfortunately, you don't. So I would remove E-barbs and I would put in regular barbs, and then I would evolve them. But E-barbs are great as is, but yeah. This is already a deck that I like. We'll see how good it is in the meta. Yo, Jake, I was hoping you streamed today. It's my birthday, 22. Love your effort daily. Guys, get some happy birthdays in the chat for Danny Russo. Congratulations, man. And also, dude, thanks for stopping by on your birthday. It's like a special day for you, and the fact that you wanted to spend it with me, that says a lot. So thank you, man. It's a big honor for me. Thank you, brother. So guys, yeah, give him some love in the chat. Danny's been here, always giving good vibes. One thing that I like doing with 3 Musketeers is splitting them up in the back. And if I split them up in the back, generally my opponent will fireball or drop like some type of spell, right? Whenever I'm defending with them, I'm trying to split them up in the back, right? Like, let's say I can kill a knight with it, and then the knight's gone. So that's 3 elixir down the drain. It's essentially like 6 elixir Musketeers, because you're going to be able to kill the knight, right? Then they fireball on the Musketeers, and they hit 2 of them, right? Oh, wow, he was going for a cheese freeze. That didn't work out. They fireball, and they hit 2 of them. Well, then the other one's going to still bait out elixir, and like worst case scenario, maybe you trade relatively evenly, but you bait out their fireball, and then they have nothing for the elixir collector. So just something to keep in mind. Also, since this guy's elixir is really low, since we have an elixir collector, and then also he wasted a freeze, I'm going to apply pressure on both sides. I don't think he's going to be able to defend this. There's always a chance that he is able to, but I highly doubt it. So we're going to go and do this, and then we're going to go in for a rage, and then, yeah, I think we can cook. Like, this is it. This is over already. The E-barb's going to stay on the tower because it's raged up. It's angry. It doesn't want to leave. And we walk away with a win. Let's go. Let's go. Coming later. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, we can go for an elixir collector here. We can go Ice Golem. We can figure things out. Goblins, Musketeer, Baby Dragon, Arrows, Royal Giant, Ghost, Goblin, Cage, Guards. Yes, sir. That's how it is. All right, we can go Ice Golem. We can also go in for 3 Musketeers if we really want to. But all things considered, like, I genuinely am not too scared. I think if I go for 3 Musketeers here, he's probably rage quit already. So, yeah. As I said before, I think this deck's really good. I would probably give it... In the meta right now, it's pretty good against 3 Musketeers. Or it's pretty good against Graveyard. Because you can get a lot of Elixir Collectors. And you can kind of just overwhelm with Bandits and Royal Ghosts and stuff like that. The Bandit's really good against Evolved Firecracker because it can snipe it. Royal Ghost is an amazing card for just versatility and annoyance. I think I'd rate it an 8 out of 10. I think it's an 8 out of 10 for me. If you put in the Evolved Barbarians instead of the E-barbs, it's going to be like a 8.5 out of 10 for me then. A good deck. Definitely a good deck. All right, so let's take another one from the comment section. Let's just it's not going to be a donation one. We'll just see. Not Logan999 says Evo Firecracker Giant Skeleton. Okay. You cooking. You running the Evo Firecracker after the nerf. I see you, sir. Giant Skeleton. One of my favorite cards in the game. I feel like it is notoriously underrated. You look at it and you're like, that thing is just, it should be played more. It stays alive for so long. Ooh, I don't know about this direction that we're going in, bro. I'm sorry. I got to be judgmental here. I don't like the fact that we have a Musketeer and also a Firecracker in the same deck. You are fulfilling 2 range cards in the same thing for no reason. That's just how it is, right? You know, like sometimes having 2 range cards when they're small, like Dark Goblin and Princess, makes sense. But the Musketeer is a hefty range card that she's a strong, independent woman. She don't want anyone else in her deck, is what I'm trying to say. For real, she is definitely a card that you don't want to be putting in with other stuff. She doesn't play nicely with other people. All right, so Giant Skeleton, Hog Rider, arrows. You don't have, yeah, so you don't have a big spell either. So your Hog Rider is going to struggle to break through. Here's the issues with the deck before I even play it. You could get damage with your Evolved Firecracker, but you need to force out your opponent to drop units down the middle. And if you can't break through the building because you don't have Earthquake, well, then what are you going to do? If you can't break through their buildings, they're just going to drop their buildings here. They're going to counter your Hog Rider. And then your Firecracker, well, guess what? The Firecracker just accomplishes nothing because obviously the opponent is going to just be able to make sure that it never locks onto the tower. And you're not going to get the damage that you want. Maybe you could outcycle since you have Ice Spear and Skeletons. Or maybe you could use Giant Skeleton Pressure with the Hog Rider to then force out Elixir. I don't know. It's hard. I see the concept that you have. You think having Fireball bait with the Evolved Firecracker and the Musketeer will force out the Fireball and the Musketeer, and then they won't have the Fireball for the Evolved Firecracker. I see that concept. I just don't think it's going to work at a higher level because of the flaw intrinsically with like not having not having a way of breaking through buildings when people are really good at the game and know their placements. I mean, a lot of times people mess up, and you'll still be able to win against great players because they don't necessarily know like what elixir count they should be at, and like they might like make a slip up. But if people have good mechanics and they actually concentrate and they don't play their worst, generally this is going to be a tough time for you at higher levels of play. There's going to be like a point that you won't get better if you continue to play this deck, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, that guy's pretty smart. Anyway, we can go for an Ice Spirit here. I'm going to have to cycle the arrows, so that's why I cycled the Ice Spirit first. Oof. All right. Well, this guy seems really smart. Like, obviously, he expected us to go for a Firecracker there and punish me pretty hard. The guy, I don't know. If I go Hog Rider, since I do end up having Skeletons, I have the Evolved Firecracker, I've got Cannon, I have everything I probably need. Getting the Mortar on our opponent's side of the map is huge value for us. If we get the Mortar, like, away from us and we don't have to worry about it, then all we can do is just be like, hey, I don't have to worry about taking damage for a while, and I can maybe just go and cycle back to another Hog Rider before you're back to dropping your Mortar. All right, we're going to go for an Ice Spirit, and then I could go Giant Skeleton in the back and build up a big push. I think that's probably best. You could have also evolved Firecracker and like locked onto that. I think that might be better. Yeah, evolve Firecracker onto the Cannon Cart, and then even though the Cannon Cart is a problem, right? Even though the Cannon Cart is not a card that you would want to see, right? You look at it and you're like, yeah, that's pretty annoying. Because the evolved Firecracker locked onto the tower, it gave me so much value. Evolved Firecracker did end up getting another shot. Oh my gosh. Dang. Dang. That's crazy. All right. Also, I don't know if you guys noticed, I'm being a little bit more ruthless on my ratings today. I don't know. I just want to tell you guys like how it is and how I would improve the decks. Like the other decks earlier, even though like the Sparky deck was really good, I didn't rate it very high, you know, just because it didn't work very well in this current meta, even though it probably would work a lot in the future. All right, let's go arrows here. Finish that all off. Gonna fireball on me. I think I can go in for a Hog Rider here because the Firecracker is gonna die, and then obviously after it dies, he's gonna have to drop some other bait cards. Firecracker should lock on the tower. No, the Hog Rider slams it down. Let's go. Light work out here. All right, let's see what everyone else said. L-Hound, MK Evo, RGI, H Spirit Rocket, Lightning Clone. I'm really confused, Naoma or Namo. L-Hound. I know Lava Hound. Mega Knight Evo? There's no Mega Knight Evo. RGI. Yeah, I don't know what that means. I wish I could tell you. E-Knight, Skelebar, Gobar, Musk, Dark Goblin, Arrow, Mega Knight. You guys got to type it out a little bit more because I just don't understand sometimes. I'm sorry. I love you guys. Thank you for the donations. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I'm not gonna like guess on those things if I don't know. I got to 7.5K with P.E.K.K.A. Double Prince Bats. Okay, we'll try that one. And thank you for the $20 dono, Silver Bowl. That is insane. So huge thank you to that, man. I guess we will be alternating through donations and then also the regular ones. I think that's a good way of doing it. All right, wait. The P.E.K.K.A. is definitely boosted this season or something. Yeah, because I was looking at it, I was like, where's the P.E.K.K.A. at? Thanks for saying double prints because it's just easy for me to like do that now and just know where I want to go with that. So the other prince is where it at? Wow, I said it was easy to know where it was going to go, but I guess I can't find him. Wow, he was hiding from me on the left-hand side. Dude, he just didn't want to get picked. Bats, miner, fly machine, snowball, log. Ooh, I kind of like the fact that you end up having something different. I haven't seen anything like this before in a while. So I'm kind of getting gassed up for this a little bit. I don't know. This is one of those ones that not a huge fan of double prints because I think intrinsically it's kind of crappy right now. That's why I don't really make that many videos on it because I don't want to lead you guys astray. But I do think that, I don't know, this could be fun, potentially, but we don't have a real win condition besides miner. Yeah, I guess that's the problem. Okay, so at higher levels of play, you're just going to get distracted by like guards, goblins, skeleton armies, skeletons. You're kind of going to get finessed because you're not going to be able to reliably power your way through with the prince and then win the game. You don't have like a fireball plus giant, right? You don't have fireball plus arrows plus giant. You don't really have that huge tank value. Pekka's health is pretty abysmal for her amount of for the amount of elixir you spend. For 7 elixir, she should do a lot more than she does. The giant's tanking for its elixir cost is really, really good. So that's one of the negatives there. Also, I guess another thing that's just been exposed is how are we going to deal with minions? I guess I can snowball them and then use the bats, but that's also 4 elixir for 3. And that's kind of a force for me. Also, I guess I got a rage out of him, so I got 5 elixir, so not the worst thing in the world. The guy's going to have zappies. He's going to have rage. I wonder what else he's going to be packing for us. I don't want to cycle my Pekka because that's going to be one of our best counters on the ground. But then I also realized that I don't have bats in cycle right now after cycling the fly machine. So I think in this deck, if you were to play something like Pekka, you might want to have like a Pekka Executioner. There's been like a lot of Pekka Executioner Inferno Dragon decks with Graveyard that I would really recommend playing. I don't love the concept of running Fly Machine because let's say you're playing as 2.6 Hog Rider. Your Fly Machine will get fireballed every single time. And then you'll get back to fireball every time that you have a Fly Machine. So since you have a slower deck, you don't have the ability to run bait cards because you don't have the support with the bait cards that actually make them fully function correctly. Hopefully that makes sense. But what I'm saying is my opponent, if they've got Zap or Rage, they will always Zap or Rage my bats. And because I've got like Pekka and I've got like all these clunky and slower cards with double princes and Fly Machine, well, I'm not able to cycle back to getting those bats before it actually matters. A lot of fast cycle decks that only have 1 cycle of bats or something, or only 1 bait card, doesn't really matter because they get back to another cycle of bats and they're going to be fine. So that's just something to keep in mind. All right, so this guy is going to go in for Sparky, Mighty Miner, arrows, lots of stuff like that. That's totally fine. I think we want to go in for a miner here, and then we can go in for a Dark Prince afterward, and it's going to soak up some damage, and we can get bats down as well. They're probably going to get raged, but yeah, that was the problem, right? That was what I was talking about before. If we end up having a card like that, it's just it's intrinsically not that great because hard for us to go and stop the Sparky or stop the spam when we're trying to get to our bait cards, and our bait cards are going to get countered every single time, right? Every single time I go in for those bats, they will get raged. That's just how it's going to go, bro. That's what's going to happen. All right, we're going to go in for Dark Prince here in bats, and we'll see if we can cook a little bit more. Jeez. He's going to have arrows, too. They're not great. All right. I think if we play this absolutely perfectly, there's still a chance, but it's really hard. All right, we're going to do this. Jeez. Double Prince. Okay, okay. Here's the issue, though. I don't really have a way of, like, breaking through because he's going to have Zappies or Sparky, and then he's also going to be playing, like, super well, right? He's not really giving us the opportunities that we want. What if I do something like this with the Zappies out of cycle? I don't know. Gonna test the waters here. Okay. Wait. Oh, he's going to have Mighty Miner, too. It's a lot of stuff, man. A lot of stuff. No, it's on the tower. If it hit the Dark Prince, I might have been able to win with the Prince and everything else. But I still think the Giant would have taken me out. Dang it. Anyway, we'll jump on to the next one. I thought I could cook. That was a bad L, though. Yeah, so for your deck, I would rate it a 5.5 out of 10. At higher levels of play, it's just not going to have the ability to really maneuver against cards that are really strong. Like, for instance, evolutions, you're going to get destroyed. The defenses are just going to be too good. You have to, like, prey on your opponent missing a giant pull and stuff like that. And I don't know, like, I think I played pretty well on defense throughout until the very, very end where the Sparky ended up hitting my tower. But even then, I think I would have still lost. You saw like having the Mighty Miner, having the ground defenses that the better decks in the game have, you're just not going to be able to break through at the higher level. I did probably play better than that guy throughout most of it, which meant that, you know, I should have probably been able to break through instead of him like just like messing up and stuff like that. You know, if he hadn't messed up, I wouldn't have been able to break through is what I'm trying to say. I should have been able to break through with him messing up as much as he did. And then at the end, it still didn't matter when we both made mistakes. Anyway, hope you're doing well. RG, Evo, Phoenix, Lumberjack, Skelly, E-Spirit, Log, Fireball. I've already done those a lot. I've rated that. That deck is really strong. That's like a 9 out of 10. That maybe 9.5. RG Evo is really unfair, especially with Lumberjack, because Lumberjack rages up the Royal Giant, so it attacks faster. All right, so let's take a look at another one. We're not doing Sparky today, by the way. It's not something I'm gonna do anymore. Sparky is not good in the meta. If there's something that I've already done, we'll take a break from that. All right, so. Ooh. I like this one. Skeleton King, Skeleton Giant, Fisherman, Skeleton Tower, Electro Wizard, Graveyard, and Arrows and Log. Wait, that actually looks super clean. And we already have the log in there, so let's just do this. Where's the Fisherman at? Oh, there it is. And then we can go and put in a Giant Skeleton as well. And then after that, we can Electro Wizard, Skeleton King, yeah. And then what are we doing? All right, so Skeleton King, Giant Skeleton, Fisherman, Arrows, Log, and then where are the other cards? Sorry, I think I lost it. No, okay, no, I found it. Electro Wizard, yeah, we're good. Sorry about that, guys. With second, where I just like, I looked at it, I was like, wait, where are we seeing? Homie's gonna have a lot of skeletons though in his deck. Pretty funny. And then we want Ewiz in there. The big bad Ewiz boy. Let's go. Hell yeah. Time to test it out. Also, thank you guys for being here. I appreciate everyone taking the time to be a part of the action today. It's been a fun stream so far. Also, if you guys are enjoying, make sure to drop a like on the video. It supports me for free. And yeah, I mean, you guys can do that whenever you want. If you want to. No pressure, though. Also, getting back to business, I want to go for an Electro Wizard here in the back. Homie is going to be running Barbarians, and he's splitting them in the back first play. So splitting them in the back is like a smart strategy. And the reason why people do that is obviously like they want to accommodate both sides, and they don't want to make sure that they have something on all angles. Reason why I'm going to go in for a Graveyard right now is because I don't have many answers to this Inferno Dragon. Like looking at the deck, I only really have Electro Wizard, right? So I'm going to try to not get 3-crowned, and we'll see what we can do. If I can maybe 3-crown the opponent, that'd be pretty cool, but it's unlikely. Wait, I think we just found a huge flaw in your deck. How do you counter Inferno Dragon or air cards, man? Like, for real. Teach me, bro. What am I supposed to do? Oh my gosh. Bro. I just donated my trophies. Oh no. So 4 out of 10 for me, big dog. If I have no anti-air, I can't play this. Yeah, I mean, it's maybe an intrinsically good deck, but you cannot kill fly machines or mega minions or phoenixes. Like, you can't drop your Electro Wizard directly on that. So definitely something we're gonna say no there. It's all good though, you know. And if the deck isn't that good, I just want to be clear with you guys. It's not a personal insult or anything. It just is something that you could improve on, you know. To make this a bit better, what would I do? How would I make it better? I would probably go and put in a Phoenix or Zappies. So because Graveyard kind of appreciates ending up having like decent anti-air answers, one thing that you could do is be like, wow, wait, I have Skeleton King, Giant Skeleton, I have all these things. What if I just made a slight adjustment? What if I decided I want to go and put in the Phoenix instead of, I don't know. You could take out the Giant Skeleton, you could take out the Fisherman, you could take out any of these cards, really. Probably not the Arrows and Log. You probably want to keep those. But yeah, I would likely just do something like this, and then I would be pretty happy with myself. This was the version that I would run, and then you would have the anti-air defense, and you would improve the deck, and you'd get better. So that right there makes the deck more solid, the point that it might be even better to like run a freeze version, right? You can experiment, you can adapt and look at higher level decks and then become better at Clash Royale because you get an understanding of what works and what doesn't. Obviously there's gonna be bad matchups for every deck, but this would be a deck that I would like to play with Skeleton King, you know, Phoenix, Giant Skeleton, and you play a lot in double Elixir. You don't really play that much in single. That's kind of what I would roll with. All right, let's keep going. Let's take a look. Evo Firecracker, Fireball, Mortar, Skeletons, Rail Hogs, Knight, Archers. Dude, that's the deck that I just showed, Daniel. I mean, that's the deck that I was talking about, right? That was the deck that I literally made a video on. That was, you know what? I'll just show it, man. I'll run it. I'll run it. Let's run it. This is the video. This is the deck that I used for 7,500 trophies. And Daniel donated $10. He wants me to show it. Yeah, dude. Let's run it. Let's run it. So we want to go and put in Rail Hogs and Knight. What did you put? You did Evo Firecracker, though. Okay. And then you also had Rail Hogs, Knight, Archers. I wonder, Archers kind of fell out of the meta. They used to be everywhere, and now they're not. Crazy how times change like that, you know? They used to be the best card in the game for so long. And then the Super Archers came, and then it was just, like, tragic. Like, I was traumatized. Every time I saw Archers, I was like, I don't want to play Clash. I want to run away. Get me out of here. But, yeah, the beautiful thing about this deck that I recommended, this is the deck that I told everyone to play. There's gonna be a full video down below in the pinned comment on how to play it. One more card. Where is it? We're looking for Rail Hogs. So yeah, the reason why this deck is so good, you got Fireball, Bait, and Bait cards with the Rail Hogs, the Firecracker, and the Archers. So your opponent's gonna have Fireball and Arrows Bait, so they can arrows between the Firecracker and the Archers, or they can Fireball between the Archers, the Firecracker, and the Rail Hogs, and sometimes even the Mortar Evolution to clean it up. So you also have the chance between picking like the Knight Evolution, the Firecracker, or the Mortar. Personally, for me, I would choose the Mortar Evolution here since you're going to be cycling a lot more of those, and you're not going to be cycling as many Firecrackers in every single situation. The Mortar is key to this deck. So personally, right out of the jump, I got to knock your decision-making a little bit down. I would say that the Mortar Evolution is probably slightly better in this specific deck. Because it is a Mortar deck after all, we're going to be cycling them as much as possible. But maybe for you, you're like, wait, Mortar's a defensive card for me. I don't want to be cycling it that much compared to my Firecracker. My Firecracker is going to be my main win condition. Or maybe that's just a card that you feel like your playstyle accommodates more. I don't know. Maybe that's the case. Maybe everyone has different playstyles. Fireball plus arrows does kill an Electro Dragon if you guys didn't know. It's a really important interaction if you have Inferno Dragon in your deck. So it's just something to keep in mind. Also, Victor, what's up, man? Thanks for the $5. Oh, no. Y'all did not just see that. Y'all did not just see that. That was pretty nutty that just happened. Yo. Wait, we defended that. The Archer's positioning was pristine too. How did that work out? We came out ahead in damage there. Guys, I'm currently winning the game right now, despite being an absolute fool. How does this work? The world may never know. Oh, that should hit my tower, right? It doesn't, though. And he doesn't have Bowler in cycle. He's probably going to go Barbarrel and Lumberjack. Barbarrel's on this, and then we Knight, right? Inferno Dragon. That's not it. Do we get knocked back far enough? We do. Ooh, okay. We got to go Knight and then Archers. There's no doubt about it. So he could freeze here. I have Skeletons, and then one of the Archers would still stay alive just long enough. We're good. We're chilling. All right, so we know he's got Bowler and Barbarrel in cycle, no Inferno Dragon. He's got Electro Dragon as well. See how I'm like memorizing my opponent's card cycle? That's how you want to play these cheaper decks. These cheaper decks, you're able to memorize your opponent's card cycle and be like, yo, I know what he's going to do because he's going to have this card in cycle, so then I can accommodate it. Like, if he Bowlers, it's totally fine. If he decides to just go in for anything else, like I can just use the Evolved Firecracker and be okay. It's not like he's got a Fireball in his deck. It's not like he has anything besides Tornado, so he has to Tornado on that. But now when he doesn't have Tornado in cycle, how is he expecting to deal with Rail Hogs? So we're going to go and do that without the Bowler in cycle. Yeah, he just lost, right? I'm pretty sure the Piggies do the entire tower, whereas he doesn't take the entire tower of us, right? Maybe I'm wrong. I was hoping I would get a little bit more damage, I guess. But it's all good. We can go for Skeletons here. He's going to go for Lumberjack. That's totally fine. We're trying to get the Bowler out of cycle ideally. We can just kill the Bowler again or get in a bad card cycle, then we're chilling. I'm going to get a Firecracker down as well. I want to separate my stuff as much as I possibly can. Then I'm going to go for Rail Hogs and then just use the Firecracker as a way of chipping through and hopefully hitting the tower. If that would happen, that would be a W. All right, we're going to get this down, and then we're also going to go in for a Mortar, and then we're going to go in for like a Knight. I'm trying my hardest out here, guys. I think it will work out. We just need to make sure that the firecracker splashes onto his stuff. If firecracker can splash onto it, that'd be nice. We are trying to cycle the evolution as quickly as we can, too. So there's that. I think just going archers here, since we do have the mortar as well, it's nice to keep up the pressure, because if he has to go in for a freeze, it's a negative trade. The freeze doesn't give him counter push. That's one thing that I do enjoy as well. All right, let's just keep the elixir low, because if his elixir gets high, then I think we're screwed. All right, we're going to try to do this. We should kill the electro dragon too, right? Ooh, that was a miss. It's not good. All right, we want to do that, and then we want to go in for Royal Hogs whenever I get the chance. Wait a little bit. Nice. Could have been better, I think. All right. I think I'm going to have to go in for like a knight here. I need to keep up the pressure. It's going to be hard because he's going to give us like a huge fireball value, but I need a fireball on everything and then also hit an arrows. Not easy. Maybe go mortar, go and pull that back. Nice. He's locked onto the tower. Why is this guy just playing so defensive, bro? He's really waiting for his opportunities. Go knight. Oh, that was a great NATO. We got to go firecracker again. I want to keep his elixir low here. We're going to do this. We're going for a mortar. Does pull the balloon, right? Yeah. That mortar placement, that it's still like targeting the side that you want, is so important. All right, he should NATO this. Really surprising if he didn't. Oops. All right, we can do this. Probably have to fireball here depending on what happens. Wait. If I just do one of these where I somehow cycle back to another fireball and I win. Guys, give it to me. Let's go. Oh, man. Light work. Definitely not scary. Definitely not scary. Yeah, so sometimes you have to recognize when you have like fireball arrows in a fast card cycle, you automatically start the game with a 500 damage lead because you can finish off the game that quick. That's insane. That was a good win. I could have played that a lot better, but, you know, we make it more entertaining for the content, for you guys. So it's actually definitely a personal thing. So Chuck says, hope you're doing well. Hog, bats, fireball, ice golem, zap, inferno dragon, cannon, skeleton army. I think there was a glitch in the last dono. Okay, I'll play that deck. That's definitely a deck I want to play. Evo, RG, Phoenix, Lumberjack, Skelly, E-Spirit, Fisherman, Log, Fireball. Yeah, I already went over that one. Yeah, Chuck, I'm going to check out your deck, bro. I think that would be a fun one. But yeah, this deck currently, one of the best decks to play for free-to-play players. All common cards, very easy to upgrade. And because there's a lot of common cards, guess what? You have your choice of evolutions. When evolutions get nerfed, well, guess what? Your deck can adapt and accommodate the meta. Isn't that beautiful? Play this deck because it can adapt to anything. You can use firecrackers or mortars or skeletons or knights, or heck, they're probably going to do archers soon, right? Something to keep in mind. Something to keep in mind. What's a versatile epic to upgrade? Poison until they nerf it. Tornado until they nerf it. That's the thing. Those cards are definitely about to get nerfed eventually, right? They're just really, really strong. They're at the top of everything, so it's kind of a problem then. I didn't rate that deck, I think, but from a top ladder perspective, the deck that I just played, I think it's not a 9 out of 10. It's like an 8 out of 10 for me. But for the versatility and for people that are mid-ladder or just trying to climb up and get better at the game, it's like a 9.5 or 10 out of 10. Like, it is one of the best decks to play if you are trying to get better at the game. That deck that I just showed, that would be the deck. It's also going to be in the pinned comment if you want to see an entire full video on that deck. Highly encourage you guys to check that out if you haven't already. Anyway, that's beside the point. No one really... no one here is looking at that. Now you guys are onwards to the next thing. The next obstacle. Let's freaking go, baby. All right. We're going to do this. We're going to go cannon. And then we're going to get a skeleton army. All right. Woo! All right. So, yeah. I truly believe that this is going to be an interesting deck. Again, you don't have fireball or any way of breaking through, right? So if Chuck, I'm going to be real with you right now, you need freeze in your deck. You need freeze. It's not going to work without it. Oh, you did have fireball. My bad. Did I miss it? Yeah, I missed Fireball. I missed Fireball. So I would remove... sorry about this. I'm going to play this deck as is. I'll also give you feedback on your deck. So you have Fireball, Zap, Ice Golem, Inferno Dragon, Cannon, Skeleton Army. The main thing that I see here is like Fireball, it could work out, but like, are you really going to Fireball through buildings? Like Fireball feels archaic with Hog Rider. I'm not going to lie. It's always going to be Earthquake, so you can break through buildings and you can have more optimal interactions, whether you're a Firecracker or whatever cards with the Hog Rider are trying to break through. You don't see Fireball Hog Rider played that much unless it's like with a Mega Knight deck or something that you're trying to brute force your way through. But you're running like a cycle deck and you're trying to use Fireball. I'd say like first glance, like if you know the archers are a Fireball, we might be able to get through like some cannons. We're not going to break through bomb towers. We're not going to break through Inferno towers, right? And it's going to be harder for us to really feel like we're making a presence because the Fireball just doesn't do that much in those type of situations. It's more of a versatile card than, I would say, like a stronger card in the meta, if I'm being real with you. So we can go for the Inferno Dragon in the back as well. Wow, you guys are really loving the stream. Like, I'm seriously surprised that you guys enjoy this as much as you are. Like, there's so many people watching. You guys are all vibing in the chat. So many different people suggesting decks. Like, this is what I love about YouTube. The fact that we have so many freaking people here interacting with me and talking to me. Like, seriously, I wouldn't ever want to do anything else. This is a complete dream job. So thank you guys, first off, for enabling this to happen. And then secondly, like, if you guys like this much, definitely down to do this again in the future. Give you guys feedback on your decks. Obviously, I can't touch or do every single deck that you guys have, but as many as I can, that would be pretty fun, doing it live, you know? I don't even play CR, and I still watch your stream. Hell yeah, man. That's crazy. That's actually insane. Also, like, you know the good thing about streaming? You know the good thing about YouTube? No matter what, this is not something that anyone can take away from me. Unless I do something, like, absolutely awful, and then YouTube, like, demonetizes me and says you can never create content again. No matter what happens in my life, YouTube will always be a constant. So I think it gives me this source of stability that I really do need. I need this, like as much as like people don't really understand, right? Like as much as like I like creating content, I like being with you guys as well. It's also just a stable thing that I think is really, really healthy. I think a lot of people ask me like, why or how was I really happy for a long time, or like, what is one of the things that makes me really happy? And it's definitely YouTube from that perspective. Like, I don't know if you guys or if anyone ever struggling or anyone thinking about this type of stuff, like what makes you happy? Like, you don't have to be struggling to think of that, by the way. Like, try to find something that you guys can be super stable about, or something that like you can do independently no matter what. Whether that's like, hey, I love going and running, and no one can ever take that away from me. You just find like some happiness in doing that. Like, I think that's just such a like healthy concept. I don't know. I never really thought of that before, and I never really had that before. All of my activities before YouTube, when I was in college, were all like working out with friends or like playing tennis with friends, and I never really had that before. So it's definitely something that, I don't know, I've been more introspective about recently, and I think that was just a really cool concept that I wanted to share with you guys. Nice haircut. Thank you, man. I appreciate that a lot too. Yo, I do remember you. I actually do. Okay, wait. Let's not lose this game. Okay, looking bad. All right, let's go for Hog Rider Bats. Let's try to outcycle him, right? I know I can do that. I know I can still make something happen if I play perfect, but yeah, not having a big spell because I don't have Fireball makes this a lot more challenging. Even if I did have Fireball, I think it would be hard. We want to cycle as many Inferno Dragons as we can, so that maybe we can bypass a building here. I'm going to try to do that as much as I can, and we'll see what happens. Like, ideally, you can stack up Inferno Dragons, and then they'll, like, get onto the tower, and then you can win. Like, that's not a bad decision. It's not a bad decision at all. Like, that's how I win these type of games if I'm running, like, a Mega Knight deck. I shouldn't have taken that much damage, and I should have played defensive a little bit better. This game, probably almost 100% my fault. Yeah. Not going to sugarcoat it. It's bad gameplay on my end. Also, yeah, I did not run the real version of the deck. I didn't have Fireball, so definitely makes a difference. I guess, like, also, again, you can, like, Earthquake on top of Goblins there, but I wasn't able to because I don't have Earthquake, so yeah, I would have won this one with the Bats if I just played a little bit better. Got a Poison on me, yeah. See, like, I just need to play slightly better, and that would have been a W. But my fault. I own up to that loss. sucks to be a loser, but you know, if you lose, just play better and move on. That's what's up. Chuck, GG's, and your deck as is, right? The actual version of your deck with Fireball, that would have definitely won the game. Would have been okay, but again, at higher levels of play, I don't see it working out. So this is your deck right now. This is your version of it. What I would probably do is I would want to end up having a little bit more firepower there, a little bit more oomph, where I can maybe like make some magic happen. Something like this feels a little bit better. You can still use Skeleton Army on defense against like graveyards. And, well, I guess you're going to lose against graveyard really badly too. You don't like have Dark Goblin. You don't really have, I don't know. I think the deck's a little bit flawed. You want to be applying more pressure. If you have a deck that has worse defenses, like you don't have a good answer to graveyard, which is a really good deck. You also don't really have a great answer to Lava Hound, like arrows and like Lava Hound decks. So you can't really just go in for Inferno Dragon and Cannon and Bats. It's like not amazing, right? You could still win with this. I'm not going to say this is a bad version, but I would definitely put in Freeze over the, yeah, I would 100% put in Freeze. And maybe even Bomb Tower over Cannon. Because, like, let's say I play against Hogwarts or Earthquake. The Earthquake on top of my Cannon and my Skeleton Army. I can't just use Bats. Because the Bats often will get Ice Spirited or Firecracker hit. Like, it's uncomfortable, right? So, Cannon's not a great card in the meta because there's a lot of Earthquake decks. And then Bomb Tower's just a bit better. I would probably run something like, if I were to change your deck a little bit, I would make it a little bit better. And I would put in this. So Fireball, replace with Freeze, and then Bomb Tower for Cannon. Until Bomb Tower gets a nerf, then go back to Cannon. All right, cool. So, we got another one here. Tommy North. So, not a donation. I'm just going to read yours. You were one of the earlier ones here. You did it all caps. So, I guess my my caveman brain sees all caps and, like, wants to click on it. Do you guys see how I've been conditioned by YouTube? I'm sorry if I've conditioned you too, guys. I understand that this is the pragmatic position that we have been dealt. This is where we are now. There's no turning back. There's no turning back. Also, like, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes, like, I look at the all caps and I get annoyed. I'm like, wait, I want the title to be different. Or, like, I don't know. I always, like, is it vacillate between different things or oscillate between different things? It doesn't matter. But yeah, I always like try to question myself a little bit more. I question myself in almost everything. You guys like probably don't know that about me, but that is one of the things that keeps me sane or insane sometimes. I do question myself quite often because I feel like if you don't, then you're never going to improve. There's a delicate balance between that and then also at the same time, where is it? There's the Tesla. And at the same time, making sure that, you know, you're fair to yourself, I think. And you try to be happy. Because sometimes, where is it? Minor Log, Bandit, Minion Horde. Okay, I found it. Cool. We got it. Sometimes the people that are most happy are the people that question nothing. But at the end of the day, I don't know. I feel like that's not the life that I want to live, you know? I want to still, like, be understanding of what's happening. But if you get too wrapped up in those type of stuff, then you're not really enjoying life fully. I think that's one of those things. All right, what do you think of the new Tesla? I actually have no idea. I've not played it yet, so yeah, I don't know. I'm interested to see. I don't think Tesla works with Mega Knight very often. Sometimes it will work with like Mega Knight Balloon or like Mega Knight Graveyard, but Mega Knight Bait? I don't know, man. I see like you're trying to get like this hyper defense thing where you got the Mega Knight and you got the Tesla and you got the Inferno Dragon and you also even have the Minion Horde. But when you have an attempt to defend everything, sometimes you will defend nothing. What I mean by that is if you have a deck that has very high elixir cost and you don't have the right card cycle, sometimes your opponent will outcycle your card and you get screwed. For instance, let's say I have Mega Knight and I also end up having P.E.K.K.A in my hand and my opponent's got like a Hog Rider deck, right? And they outcycle me and then I have to drop like my Mega Knight on top of the Hog Rider. Then what happens? Okay, he's going to spam a little bit more elixir on the other side and I have to spend elixir there too. I then don't have any extra elixir to deal with his stuff because I'm taking inefficient trades because the way I see it is it's pretty much impossible to get good elixir trades when you have super high cost cards since they're not super adaptable. Really high cost cards usually fulfill one situation extremely nicely. But, like, for instance, if you've got 3 musketeers, you can't like just expect them to do wonderfully in every situation just because they're a high-cost card. No, they're tailored to a very specific need. You can't just drop 2 musketeers and be good about that. You kind of have to, like, really feel comfortable. Like, for instance, I don't want to be locked into dropping a minion horde on defense against Hog Rider is my only answer, because what if they've got arrows, or what if they have Firecracker in cycle and I just lose? So, from that standpoint, I think that since your deck is super Omega Ultra defensive, I would try to be more aggressive and try to really control the pace of the game instead of running a Tesla in here. Maybe, like, put in a Prince. Maybe put in a Skeleton Barrel and not have the Tesla. I think you already have the Inferno Dragon anyway, and you've got the Mega Knight, so the Tesla doesn't make that much sense in this deck. I think the Prince would really work well, because you do have the Mega Knight for splash damage and stuff like that. Anyway, go for a Bandit here. Let's go in for Inferno Dragon, and then see if we can cook a little bit. Yeah, he's also going to have Evo Barbs, which I can't really kill, and then the Electro Wizard to reset the Inferno Dragon. So that's kind of a tough situation to be in, but it's still something we're going to try. It's likely not a situation we're going to survive, but we'll jump on to the next one. And personally, I don't think your deck is bad. I just think that, you know, it could be improved on a bit, just based off of some decisions. And, like, if you're playing against, yeah, this guy's got arrows as well. He's got, like, arrows for the Minion Horde, Electro Wizard for our Inferno Dragon. Like, you can see, like, if he's got counters, there really aren't ways of outplaying because our deck is kind of clunky. So I don't love that. I like Mega Knight decks where I've got, like, you know, Goblins and Firecracker and Wall Breakers, or maybe like Hog Rider Freeze. There's outplay potential. Right now, you're not really relying on skill. You're more so relying on the strength of your cards and your card synergy into your opponent's deck matchup. What I mean by that is you're hoping that your opponent doesn't have arrows for your Minion Horde. You're hoping that your opponent doesn't have Electro Wizard for your Inferno Dragon. Because if they do, there's no way for you to outplay it or outmaneuver them. So I don't like the deck at all from the standpoint of you're not aggressive enough and you're trying to do this middle of the road thing. Probably like a 5.5 out of 10. I still like the core concept of, like, the arrows, the log, the bandit, and the Mega Knight. The splash damage with the Mega Knight, and then the bandit really doing, like, massive damage. It feels good. I commented my deck in all caps. Oh, no, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it, dudes. Oh, man. Also, guys, I want you guys, if you're donating, go in with the expectation that I will not be reading it or I will not be playing it. Like, I will read every message, but I want you guys to know that I can't feasibly, like, stay here all day and do every single game. So also go in with the expectation when you're doing that. I don't want you guys to expect something. At the very start, I told you guys don't want, like, a lot of donations or anything like that. Obviously, I will be taking suggestions from donations, and it likely will give you a slightly higher chance because obviously there's less donations than there are comments. But yeah, just I want you guys to be okay with that. All right. I also don't want to, like, milk money out of subscribers. That's not something that I'm about. I always try to get money from, like, sponsorships, whether it's, you know, AT&T or Samsung, instead of, like, from you guys, because I feel like it's just, like, a more genuine thing, right? Because I actually care about the community. I actually care about YouTube. That's the way I approach it. I want to be sustainable, and I also, I don't know, it just feels bad, you know, intrinsically, when I'm given the option to. That's why I never have, like, donation goals on the stream, if you guys are wondering. It'll never happen unless I absolutely need to, like, afford my content, and then there's no other way. And then even then, I feel like I would just be very clear, be like, hey, all this money is going into the content. All right. I'd still feel uncomfortable asking, I think. Ice Wizard here as well. Princess and Mega Knight. Oh my gosh. What the heck? All right, you need NATO in your deck, bro. If you're going to have Electro Dragon and Ice Wizard and Princess, and you don't have Tornado, and you don't even have a spell, bro. What's this Mega Knight doing in here? Bro, like, maybe you don't want to miss spells or something, but put in a Tornado here, or arrows instead of the Mega Knight. Because you already have Giant Skeleton. You got to pick. Do you want Mega Knight or you want Giant Skeleton? Personally, like, you got to pick. Like, I would probably pick Giant Skeleton in this situation. I'd put in, like, a Tornado and a Freeze. So I would, like, take out the Princess maybe, and then put in, like, a Tornado here for the Princess, and then a Freeze for the Mega Knight. And that's what I would do. The deck would seem a little bit better. You might lose a little bit of the bait element. You could put in, like, bats instead of Ice Wizard too. But yeah, basically what I'm asking you to do is I'm looking at, like, a deck, and I'm like, hey, run something with Lumberjack, Freeze, and Balloon, and you'll be much better off than this. Not having a spell is very questionable. Sure, you can use the Ice Wizard Nova or the Princess Splash Damage or the Splash Damage of the Electro Dragon, but having the spell to immediately kill your opponent's cards, that is a key element of Clash Royale. It unlocks a new layer of adaptability and outplay potential. What I'm talking about is that versatility where you are able to actually, like on the spot, decide, hey, I want to defend. No, wait, I know he's going to do this. I can make a prediction. I can remove cards from my opponent's side of the map immediately, or change or adapt the game in a way that, you know, it might not logically make that much sense from like, oh, wait, I should be able to always kill things with like an Ice Wizard or splash damage or a princess. But that's not how that's not how the game works. You're not always going to get those dream world scenarios. You're not always going to be able to get, you know, the princess to lock onto the minion horde, right? Sometimes they're going to snipe the princess. And if they snipe the princess with a miner, you're screwed. You're just dead, right? The minion horde just takes your entire tower. So it's nice to have those backup plans where you can fireball on things, where things get dicey, and your overall win rate will be increased overall. So even if you feel like the fireball is uncomfortable to use because you don't like spells, I have a friend that, you know, he's that ultimate champion. He doesn't use spells because he hates missing them. And he plays like a Royal Recruit stack. He's literally the homie. I love him. Rolls the sushi if you guys know him. But yeah, he hates spells. So it's kind of fun to see that. And just be honest with y'all, like, you'll improve a lot if you're running spells. Trust. Also, it is a game, though, so I don't want to force my opinion on people. And all these decks, by the way, if I'm giving you suggestions and you don't want to do it, don't do it. Don't do what I'm saying. I'm just telling you guys how to improve the deck, you know? That's it. You guys should have fun more so than anything else, because it's a game after all. And if you're not enjoying it, then that's the real, you know, then that's the real loss, right? You got to enjoy the decks that you're playing. Hell, if you enjoy playing like a triple giant deck just for the memes, I do that too. And it's terrible, but it's really fun. So that's the way it should be done. All right. Man. Okay. We're gonna go for a skeleton army here in the right hand side, and then yeah, we're good. Wait, do we take tower here or no? Sheesh. I'm like actively wondering what I want to do here. Because like, if I go in for a balloon right now with the giant skeleton and electro dragon, I think the giant skeleton dies anyway, right? So it's not that big of a deal. We don't have freeze. We don't have like lumberjacks. There's no expediting way of like breaking through. So that's also a big negative of your deck, is not having that ability. Oh no, that's gonna hit my tower. I didn't drop that down fast enough. My reactions are fast enough, but I didn't do it. All right, giant skeleton plus ice wizard guarantees that we're fine. And then I think we could just like kill that with the skeleton king and be okay. Alright, so how are we going to make this happen? If I go Mega Knight? Is it worth? Princess of the River first, and then Mega Knight in the middle, and then Skeleton Army probably. That bandit is not going to go towards my tower, so it's fine. Let's just go Balloon. I think we win. It's going to go towards the 3 crowns, so we're fine. Then drop something in the middle, we Skeleton Army it. Going to stop it, and we win. Easy! Light work out here. But definitely, I would, if I rated your deck, it'd be a 5 out of 10. There's a lot that could be improved. A lot. Just based off of like the synergy with Skeleton King and then Skeleton Army, it's great. And I like the fact that you got Giant Skeleton Balloon, so the top row is fine. And honestly, even having Electro Wizard and Ice Wizard is good, but these 2 cards feel very useless. Like, just they seem limiting almost. Like, what if you just do something like this, right? What if you just did something like that? Where you end up having like Lumberjack paired with either a Mega Knight, I guess. Would work. Tornado or anything like, I don't know. This feels to me like this is what I would want to do. Seems way more defensive, but also at the same time, like mechanically, this would get you better. If you don't like spells, you're not going to jump to Tornado. I think that's too big of a jump. So I'd probably run something like this. And then, I mean, having Electro Dragon and Ice Wizard without Tornado just feels awful. It just feels bad. I mean, you can do it. It's just like tornadoing units back and then stunning and slowing down. That type of synergy, like you really want that in your deck. So just from like right off the dome, if I had to give you a thought, I would probably do something like this. And you could do Mega Knight or Giant Skeleton there. And then just run it that way and see how it works. Having arrows or having a big spell or having like a freeze even. Actually, for real, maybe you just do this. Maybe this is your strategy. Maybe that's your deck. You don't have a small spell because you have Skeleton Army, you got Ice Wizard, you got Electro Dragon. This might be okay. This might be an acceptable thing. I think I would be okay with this deck as well. So yeah. If you did that, I'd probably put it like a 7 out of 10. Still a lot of room for improvement, but you know, it works. Can we do no evolutions? I've done a lot of no evolution decks. All right, so we're just gonna go run it through and see these other donations because I don't want to miss any of them. So Jaden Walls, thank you for the $2. The white exit. I'm not gonna say it. Thank you so much, man. Skeleton Goblin Barrel, Evo Knight, Dark Goblin Musk, Arrow Gob. Ashton donates $5. Says Ebarb, E-Dragon, Hunter, E-Golem. Oh man. This deck is fun and slept on. All right, I haven't played anything like that today, so I will play it. I was looking through and I was like, what it is. All right, also after this one, remind me guys, I want to end up doing a lot of viewer ones, so I'm not going to be doing the donations for a little bit. I will go back to the donations at the end, but after this Ashton one, then I think we're going to go back. Hopefully Ashton's still here. Also, since I had the deck still, or I had some of the cards still there, it was kind of hard for me to back and remember. All right, so we got Hunter, we got Rage, we got Arrows, and then we want to put them all in the deck. Arrows it is. Heal Spirit. Yeah, Heal Spirit's interesting with Elixir Golem. I don't love it anymore. I think that Heal Spirit and Battle Healer, like, you're already getting a lot of value from the Battle Healer. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of the Heal Spirit. I feel like it like limits the deck again. I don't know, especially with like Evo Barbs and stuff. Like, even if you heal up your units, you're just still going to get shredded by Evo Barbs. Like, it's nice to have Fireball in the deck compared to having that. So I think you need Fireball in Elixir Golem decks now. Like, I think it's a necessity. I don't think it works without it. Which is insane to say, right? Yeah, like, who would say that like Elixir Golem needs Fireball? But I'm out here. I'm saying it right now, guys. Also, my personal opinion. All right, where's the last card that we're looking for? We got the Battle Healer. We got the Elixir Golem. We're getting, what is it? Where is it at? It's Electro Dragon because I removed it. Yeah. Sometimes like remembering like the order of the cards and everything, it can be tough. Anyway, let's keep going. I play Riley's deck. He's rank 11 global. I'm not going to play other content creators decks. That's just like, you know, that just feels weird. You know, it's like, I don't really want to directly copy other content creators decks. Sometimes I'll ask them what they think is the best deck in the game, and I'll make a video on that. But for this type of thing, this is supposed to be like playing your guys' decks. So I don't want to play someone else's deck for no reason. Any optimizations? Golem Numberjack, Skeleton King, Evo Firecracker. Yeah, Evo Firecracker with Golem just feels trash. I would really recommend playing the Golem deck that I have on my YouTube channel. There's a Golem deck with Evo Barbs and then also Elixir Collector, and you're able to get a lot more bang for your buck there because the Elixir Collector allows you to break through anything that your opponent has. Like, I beat top, like, I don't know, top 20 players in the world in that video, and it was effortless. All I did was stacking up Elixir Collectors, and then I won. They seriously couldn't stop it. Also, Elixir Golem, one of the biggest misconceptions that people have, when you have a card defending, you spam the Elixir Golem every time. It's not how it works. It's situational. You also don't just start it in the back randomly. You kind of just wait for your moment and then figure out when you can go in. So we're going to Battle Healer here. We're going to E-Barbs on top of that. Totally fine. We're going to take a ton of damage, but in the reality of it, like, I don't know. I want to be able to break through right now, but I can't force it. I got to make sure that the Elixir Golem is going to be at the right opportunity. Like, if he goes and pulls, like, for instance, the Battle Healer, that's fine. Oh, no, he pulled Elixir Golem. I really thought he was going to go and pull the Battle Healer. I got a bit too ahead of myself, didn't I? At least the Elixir Golem is going to do a ton of damage. He's going to get a lot of Elixir back. Oof. Yeah, so Evo Barbs here would clean everything up, and I would feel great about it, but obviously we don't have Evo Barbs, so definitely one of the more difficult situations here. If I go Battle Healer, it's not going to even kill the Queen, so it's going to be difficult for us, but fortunately for us, he did drop this stuff in the wrong spot, I think. Archer Queen just locked towers, so that tower's toast. They just lost a full HP tower there. Yeah, I do think that Evo Barbs need to be in Elixir Golem decks as well. Like, I would definitely put that over the E-Barbs, like 100%. And then you could, like, make more of a Fireball bait deck. That's what I would recommend at least. We got to go all in. This is just kind of bad that we have to do this. It just feels awful, right? Like just spamming everything here and just hoping it works and then like raging it up. Not really my type of, not my cup of tea, you know? Not my cup of tea. It might take tower, but then the onslaught of aggression, the counter push is going to do so much. It does take tower. Okay. Yeah, he's able to go Archer Queen. Like, look at the elixir that he's got compared to. He's living and breathing and steamrolling a bank. He's just like, he's banked up everything. This man, you guys like have probably heard of like financial independence type of thing. Like that. He has got the biggest bank he could ever ask for in his life. He just devoured me. My man was working at Amazon and Google for forever. Sheesh. E-Barb's Valkyrie, Inferno Tower, Skeleton Army, Log, Goblin Barrel, and Electro Wizard, please. All right, yeah. As I said before, we're going to do that. So with the Golem, Night Witch, Lumberjack, Skeleton King, Evo, Firecracker, Zappies, Poison. Poison doesn't let you break through buildings. It's not even useful. In a Golem deck, I would say it's not useful. Like you want to use Lightning or no big spell at all and just concentrate on Elixir advantage with your Elixir Collector. That's generally the best way of doing it. Sometimes Poison is good in a specific meta where your opponent, like, your opponents are going to be running a very specific card because everyone's running it. So for instance, I would only run Poison in a Golem deck if my opponent every single time is going to be running Graveyard or a card like Clone that I know that I can counter because that's what most of the meta is. Otherwise, I would try to use a synergistic strategy that actually appreciates having the Poison there. All right, so also Celeste, thank you for the dollars. I appreciate the donos. WASD, thank you for the dono. Keep it coming, thank you. Renee, thank you. Keep it coming again. Thank you for another 7. Bo Jackson, the Bo Jackson. Yeah, isn't that like the horse show, bro? I think so. Bo Horseman or something. I'm not sure. Giant Skeleton, Lumberloon, Freeze, XC Skeleton Army, Bats Log. Looks kind of fun. Tin Man, thank you for the subscribing for 4 months. Yeah, you guys are awesome. All right. There's definitely some more ones there, but yeah, hopefully that helps out. Pega Bridge Spam. All right, we're going to take a look. There's definitely some other decks. Cal says, please take a look at my deck. I made it myself. Miner, Poison, Log, Valk, Bats, Ice Spirit, Tesla, Firecracker. All right, let's try it out. That actually looks pretty good. And also, it's not like a deck that we've seen today. And also on top of that, it has the newly buffed Tesla. So we get to see the strategy, we get to see the synergy, and you're at 6,000 trophies all yourself creating this deck. So first off, Cal, congratulations. The deck looks pretty good. It does look a little bit generic because that's what cycle decks look like. They all don't really have that much difference. Tesla, Firecracker, Evo. We got Miner, Poison, Log, Valk. I don't like the Valk that much, but it is what it is. I personally prefer Mighty Miner or Knight even. But then you're running the Firecracker. I don't know. I guess you have the splash damage with the Valkyrie and the Firecracker. It makes sense, actually. You can keep that in there. Ice Spirit. Bats. Miner, Poison, Log. I always forget that Miner, Poison, Log takes up 3 card slots. And it's just like, but I'm just throwing Miners and Poisons on the tower. But in reality, like it does take a lot of card slots. All right, there we go. Here we go, boys. On to the next one. So Cal, I'm trying your deck. Let's see how it works. He said that the bats could get replaced by a goblin gang. And honestly, I wouldn't be against that. I would probably put in goblins though. Think about it from this perspective. Wouldn't you want a faster card cycle? Wouldn't you want something that, like, I don't know, like, the Goblin Gang is going to get logged every time. You don't have any other, like, bait cards in your deck. I don't know. I would probably run Goblins. So at worst, you're getting an even Elixir trade against your opponent's logs. I'm okay with getting logged and then getting an even Elixir trade because my cycle is so fast. But the Goblin Gang, even, like, you know, if you look at top log bait players, like Riley, right? He's not running Goblin Gang in that deck sometimes. He's running Goblins very often. So a lot of people are doing that. A lot of pros as well when they're running Hog Rider fast cycle decks. They're all going to be running like Goblins over Goblin Gang. Because the Goblin Gang, if it's a -1 trade, even if it feels like it's not that bad and it feels more satisfying in some situations, you want the higher probability, right? For a deck to be truly good, you don't want to be doing the lower probability plays. You don't want to make it suboptimal just because it's more satisfying in specific situations. Okay, so I can go for a Tesla here and go pull back the balloon. And in case... Oh, wow. Wow, that worked so well. That was crazy. The Firecracker hit all the lava pups. Did you guys see that? That must have been the best time Firecracker shot I have ever seen in my life. Legitimately, I think I need to record that. That was insane. Y'all saw that, right? That was nutty. I can't believe that. That's kind of cool. Anyway, we're going to go in for dual lane pressure. Just want to force out some elixir from our opponent here. We can go for a log if we need to. We've got the Evo Firecracker again, which is great. I kind of want to just go log, miner, bats. I don't want the bats to get distracted, so that's why I decided to do that. We can also go for the Evo Firecracker here. Probably going to force out extra elixir. Yes, I knew I was going to. So then the Evo Firecracker will still give us more of a benefit. So thinking ahead with a purpose. What happens here? We force out a fireball with Evo Firecracker. We get him to go and cycle Skeleton Dragons, make him freak out. He's delaying his Lava Hound push, and he's still on the back foot. It's really nice. So we're going to go in for bats here. Seems like the Valkyrie might be able to get some damage. Valkyrie's going to lock on the tower for sure. And then we can Firecracker at the river. This might not even do that much. I'm just hoping it ends up killing the Barbarians and then baits out some extra elixir, and that's exactly what it accomplishes. So sometimes your cards aren't necessarily meant to do a ton. Sometimes people are overly confident or they just spam things randomly. I don't know. At least for me, I try to think ahead more with a purpose. It doesn't always happen. Like, I'm not going to pretend to be a perfect player. I make a lot of mistakes. You guys saw me make mistakes today. Like, for instance, when the Sparky blasted my tower earlier today, and I made a misplay, and I thought that we were fine, and it wasn't. Like, it was a good lesson. You know, it was a good moment to appreciate that. I'll like memorize that, and I won't have that happen again in the future. Dude, Tesla seems really, really good right now. I think your deck might be the best one that we've tested so far, bro. I don't know if I love Minor Poison as a win condition by itself, not having wall breakers. So my one suggestion for you, remove the poison and put in wall breakers and maybe goblins instead of the bats. So this is what I might do. I might do something like, let's do this. Let's do this. Goblins and wall breakers. And then you can even spam faster, right? Or you could put in like, if you truly wanted to, you could do something like this. I think this is fine as well. I would probably roll with this personally. And then I might even put in a Mighty Miner or a Monk compared to the Valkyrie, just for, you know, having that champion 3-card cycle. I don't know. The Valkyrie does work though. Deck is really, really good. You can also run it with Poison instead. You can swap out a lot of different cards. Your deck as is, 8.5 out of 10. There's really no changes that need to be made. All right, so iFedsy says, can you play 2.6 but take out the Musketeer and add Dark Goblin? I'm a really big fan. No, it wouldn't work. They just log the Dark Goblin. Just log the Dark Goblin, man. The Dark Goblin's a flimsy card. It needs to be paired with other bait cards. Doesn't work like that. Got to have log bait, other elements. It's probably really fun, and you can do that if you want. Yeah, I'm just not going to... I've tried that before, so I'm not going to... like, if I know very confidently that doesn't work very well, then I'm not gonna have that on stream, or I'm not gonna do it. But yeah, I mean, you can do it, and you can end up like maybe finessing with the Evo skeletons, and you're obviously doing really well. But at the highest level of play, I don't want to be disingenuous. I got to be real. It wouldn't work. Musketeer is so key in that deck. You got to be able to have the Musketeer to stay alive against Lava Hound and Balloon decks. Because you actually have a good matchup in a lot of Lava Hound matchups, because you can stack Musketeers. You can't stack Dark Goblins, though. So you're just going to lose. All right. Let's do another thing from the comment section before donations. At least the donations, I will read everything. So I won't be able to test all your decks at least, but I will read them. All right. Mirror Rascals, Minion Horde, Firebolt, Furnace. I've already tried that, but I want to see something else. I want to see something unique. Where's something like this that was awesome? Oh, I like this. Ruben says, Ram Rider Valkyrie. Okay. Let's see this. Let's see this in action. Let's see if this cooks. Ram Rider Valkyrie. All right. Well, I don't know. I'm excited. I'm excited to see how this works. Because, like, Ram Rider Valkyrie, I don't love, but I want to see Ram Rider with Lightning. I haven't played that in a while. There's always interesting aspects that you guys have that I try to search for, so then I can, like, think outside the box a bit more and then get better. Because, like, this is cool. I haven't seen a Lightning deck in a long time. I just want to see, like, how can you break through Evo Barbs? That's the thing. If you can give me a way to break through Evo Barbs with your deck, then I would be happy. I don't know if you can. I guess we'll see. Log Arrows. Log Arrows, Lightning, Mirror. We got... What else? Tesla, Bats, Larry. Tesla Bats, Larry. Okay, okay. And then... what's the last card that we want? Valkyrie. Yo, we got it. This is the entire deck. All right, you don't have any like ranged cards though, but I guess you're just moving so fast that you don't care. I wonder if that works. Honestly, what if you're just moving so fast that you don't need the ranged cards and you just like lightning away their ranged cards? I don't know, man. Like hypothetically, you could like log or arrows away their dark goblins so that they don't never get it up. They never get their dark goblins. And then you lightning away like archer queens or musketeers near the tower. Or like even electro dragons. I'm seriously wondering if this will work. I don't know right now. I have to play it. This is what we were looking for. This is the experience. This is what I truly wanted. All right, we're going to go for a lightning here. We're able to finish off the knight. And then the Valkyrie's going to tank. Wait, this is looking pretty fun. Huh. The bats are going to lock on the tower and do a ton of damage and force out NATO. No NATO in cycle. We can go skeletons here as well just to augment our Ram Rider so we can force out more Elixir. So he's going to have to Ice Wizard again. Hey, this is going so well. Wait, this is so derpy yet fun. Oh, man. Huge thank you, dude. Huge thank you. Huh. I would have never thought that this would ever be the case. I don't know. Like, the lightning, I think we're still going to get screwed by Evo Barbs. So I don't think that the deck is like that great right now. But it seems fun. It's nice that we can like defend relatively efficiently with the skeletons and bats. Probably because they're very broken cards. We don't have good answers to graveyard though. I've realized that. We don't really have goblins. We kind of have lightning, right? Lightning doesn't kill skeletons. We could use Ram Rider or Valkyrie, right? But like those are not really great answers. So how am I going to win in this matchup? Because maybe there's some matchups that you just can't do much into. Like the Ram Rider by itself on offense isn't that aggressive of a card. So I think, you know, I like the concept of it. It's really cool. But also there are some limiting factors about Clash Royale, right? In the meta, if your cards just aren't that strong compared to the other cards, like I don't think Ram Rider's that good of a card. You can't really build a deck around it. You can use it in a deck as a supplementary thing. But like it's not going to be able to break through tombstones or ground defenses that are super efficient, right? Like if we're just being realistic, I don't want to lie to you guys. That's one of the things I always want to talk about on streams and videos is if a card isn't that great, like intrinsically not amazing, maybe I can't break through. Maybe it's going to be harder for me to do something here. Because if we go in, we go for like a Ram Rider into a tombstone, it's just hard to get good trades, right? Whereas his cards are more dependable and it gets onto the tower with the graveyard, right? So just in the meta, I think the Ram Rider isn't as good. Of course, you can have that fallback plan of dropping the Tombstone and the Tornado, where we have bats and we are guaranteed not to be able to defend, where he is able to. I think that's one of the main difficulties. I need to be playing this a lot more aggressively for sure. Going opposite lane is smart, but it might not be good enough. All right, we're going to try to log here and then go in for bats around on top of the baby dragon and see if we can cook a little bit. Not looking good, guys. Looks like an L. But yeah, I don't know. From a concept standpoint, I love it. But like from a reality standpoint, not a huge fan of playing into graveyard with this matchup, I guess. Oh. Because yeah, like Ram Rider by itself without the support of a P.E.K.K.A. or a Mega Knight might not be that great. I don't know. I love the concept. I love the concept. I want to say 7 out of 10, but like this is just like a very arbitrary, like emotional reading on the deck instead of like in the meta. Because in reality, Ram Rider needs to be sort of supported by like a Lumberjack and a Mega Knight and a P.E.K.K.A. to be really successful. Or Bridge Spam like a Monk. So I think Ram Rider by itself is kind of a weak card, but it does get supported by other win conditions. So you would have to redo the entire concept of the deck and run like a Bridge Spam deck with either Mega Knight, Ram Rider, Monk, and Lumberjack, and then also Mega Knight or P.E.K.K.A. Those are the ones. So I would recommend doing that right now if you wanted to make it work. But I hope Ram Rider gets a buff and that we are eventually able to do that. Or if Ram Rider gets an evolution, then your deck would be unlocked as a potential. I think that would be pretty cool too. I don't know. It's nice to like think or theory craft for the future. All right. I really enjoy your videos. Could you try Evo Cracker, B-Ram, Ghost, Bandit, Arrows, Fireball, Skeleton Dragons, Prince, please? Keep up the good work. Okay, so we could do that. We can show like, I guess the reason why I would show that is because we have the ability now to show a Bridge Spam deck that I guess is more up to speed on that end. Like I think this might be really good. This might be really, really good. Not a huge fan of Prince here. I would probably put in like a Lumberjack or a Monk maybe. But obviously I'm going to try your deck as intended. And we'll see what we think. All right, we're going to go and put in a Ghost maybe. We don't already put that in. We did. Arrows Fireball. And then... Nice. Skeleton Dragons. Let's go, let's go, let's go. And then... All right, what else? What else are we missing? We're missing Battle Ram, right? And then we're missing Evo Firecracker. I think those are the 2 cards. All right, so Battle Ram also got a buff too, which honestly they should have just nerfed like Ice Spirit Goblins in the entire like fast cycle meta instead of buffing like a card that was just limited by the meta, right? I think that Battle Ram was still a pretty good card. They just buffed it instead of like nerfing a lot of other things. I don't know. It's a weird balance that they have here. Knight, Evolution, Wallbreakers, Mega Knight, Archer Queen, Zap, Arrows, Prince, Bats. I've already played that, Lucas. Thank you for the dono. That deck is like an 8.5 out of 10. It is by far one of the better decks in the game. Mega Knight plus Wallbreakers and Archer Queen is very strong. Very, very strong. All right, so... we could probably go in for a Firecracker here and just try to get some damage and see what happens. Okay, good Fireball for us as well. You know the thing that I like about your deck intuitively is everything about it, the cards just have synergy, right? If they blast back the Battle Ram with a Fireball, well then your Skeleton Dragons are going to get value. If they log, zap, or try to like snowball to like reset your Battle Ram, maybe the Prince won't get reset and its charge will go through. Also, since you have an absurd amount of aggressive cards, you're going to put yourself in a position where your opponent is forced to go in, like, drop units down the middle to defend, right? At some point. That's good. We're going to wait a little bit. We're going to wait for the Prince to get further away from the Skeleton Dragons, ideally. Ooh, that didn't work. It did not work. Maybe it worked, though. Because maybe with the Electro Dragon still having the Rage effect, that we can activate King Tower. Nice! Oh, not nice. I don't know. I don't know if we can defend this, actually. I'm trying to think. I don't think we do. I think we might just lose. What a crap feeling. Like, to have, like, 2 Barbarians take your entire tower. Man, couldn't be me. Could not be me. All right. What are we going to do here? So he's activated King Tower already. We could Fireball. This guy really, really looking like he's got a Golem deck. All right, so we want to go like a Royal Ghost here just to force that extra Elixir. So then his Elixir is going to be a bit lower, so he has to, yeah, he has to drop Elixir there. It's just like not it. Not what he wanted to do. The Evo Barbs are a huge problem, but fortunately he doesn't have them in cycle. We can go for a Prince here. And if you guys are wondering what the best Golem deck in the game is right now, it is the one that he's currently playing. In my opinion, that's the best one. It's also the highest rated one right now, so it's a great deck. Wait, it's not actually the same deck because he's running Mother Witch, which is a bad card to be playing. Sure. All right, we want to go for a Firecracker here. We're dropping it directly behind our tower so then he can't tornado it in. But I think he would probably want to. Man, can that just... That's crazy that did not work. Wait, we're going to do this. No, the Firecracker's going to die. I messed up. If that Firecracker stayed alive, I might have been able to win. Wait, I still might be able to. It's not over till it's over. It's not over till it's over. Okay. If he goes Golem, it might be over, though. We got to keep up the pressure. Can I just kill this Golem really quick? If I can just kill the Golem, I think I might win. I don't know if I can, though. I think I can. Yeah, I definitely can't. Yeah, I definitely can't. All right, let's go for a Battle Ram on the other side and see if we can just pile on the pressure and maybe go in for a Bandit. No! I forgot about that. Oh, that sucks. Really rough, man. Yeah, I lost. The Mother Witch was an awful card in this deck. He could have actually played the better version. It would have been way harder for us. The Mother Witch actually gave us a glimmer of hope. That was my fault in this game. 100%. Not even the deck's fault. So if you're playing against Golem and you mess up and you like overcommit, you do get punished. And it's harder for you to save your tower then. Because you don't have like these really efficient cards like an Inferno Tower or like a Mighty Miner that's really unfair. That you can defend an entire Golem by just clicking the Mighty Miner on the field and then it just deletes everything. This deck, great. I think it's like an 8 out of 10. My fault for losing that game. Not even the deck's fault. Totally my fault. New Revere here. My original deck. Pekka, Ewiz, Lumberjack, Archers, E-Spirit, Fireball, and Log Mirror. Ooh, yeah, that wouldn't work. Basically, the reason why that wouldn't work is having P.E.K.K.A. and Archers and E-Spirit and all those cards, you don't have a Win condition. You need a building targeting card, Danny. So like Ram Rider with P.E.K.K.A. is really good, especially with Lumberjack, because it targets the building, and you can guaranteed get damage through things. Like you can actually like have the chance of getting damage. You can't like force your P.E.K.K.A. or Lumberjack to get onto the tower. It just doesn't work like that because people at higher levels will distract it, so you'll never get that much better. My fiance and I love your channel. Today is our 5-year anniversary. For real? That's touching. That's touching, Damien. Thank you. Thank you for just like telling me that. Really appreciate you. Like that's the type of stuff I'm sure you guys can see. I am some soft boy, man. Like, I don't know. Like I eat that up. So thank you, man. Thank you so much. I don't know. Whenever I see comments like that, it just makes me really, really happy. So thank you. And yeah, congratulations on 5 years. That's a really big milestone. You guys have definitely got through a lot together, and yeah, to many more years ahead for both of you. I'm excited for you guys. All right, so let's go on to the next one. Elixir Golem Ice Wizard. No, I'm not gonna do that. Spirit Goblin's Night Bomb Tower. I already played that at the very start. Play a mid-ladder deck. I've done some mid-ladder decks already. Love the hair. Thanks, man. Fireball, Knight, Ice Spirit. All right, we got to find something else. I'm trying to find like one deck that I truly love and be like, yes, this is it. I want to find something super unique. Oh! Okay. Hogrider, Prince Lightning, Cannon, Mega Minion. That wouldn't work super well. I'm trying to find something like that I would put in Trash or Treasure where it's just like super saucy. Battle Ram, Inferno Dragon, Log Freeze, Lightning, P.E.K.K.A. My sauce. Wait. wait. I kind of want to see this. I want to try this one. So Jack says, Barb Hut. This actually looks really funny. So I think Barb Hut's a bad card, but I'm going to suspend belief and we'll see what happens. Let's run Phoenix with that. And then Battle Ram and Inferno Dragon. You already have so many air cards. It kind of looks like it's going to be running like Elixir Golem. So I like that. You have a lot of heavy cards. We'll do this once, but I'll show you the problem with this. Because a lot of people do this. So I'll show you guys the problem. Essentially, if you have so many cards that are really high cost, you're just gonna get outmaneuvered. Like I will literally have to sit down and chill and not cycle stuff for a long time. Otherwise, if I make the wrong play, I'm gonna get outplayed by an opponent. All right, so we got P.E.K.K.A. here. Is this your entire deck? Battle Ram, Inferno Dragon. Yes, this is your entire deck. Log, Freeze, Lightning, P.E.K.K.A., Phoenix, Battle Ram, Inferno Dragon. All right, let's see it. Let's see if it works. So yeah, versatile epics that I would upgrade are gonna be like probably Poison or a Tornado. Those are the best ones right now. Tornado is extremely daunting for a lot of you guys because you're like, wait, I don't know all the placements, but if you learn how to do the placements, trust me, it'll pay off and it'll be worth it. So every single time that I'm playing a card, I'm trying to mentally calculate how much value will I get. And the issue with that is you don't really know. So right now, right, I was forced to drop Barb Hut because the only card I could afford there that would counter the wall breakers. If he played this better, he would drop a range card, not a bomb tower. And then he would get value with that range card, and it would counter push, and he would consistently steamroll us and get momentum. And what happens is if he does that, and he gets more elixir than me, then I'm forced to eat damage. And if I'm forced to give up damage, then it just feels like it's inefficient, I guess. It's like, if you're running a marathon, and someone is able to take, like, 10 different breaks and get water, and then other people are not able to do any breaks. 0 breaks at all. Literally, you right now, you aren't allowed any breaks. If you mess up, then it's broken. It's over. So that's kind of a scary thing. Like right now, I can't lightning because if I do that, then I stop my P.E.K.K.A. push on the left. I can't build up a P.E.K.K.A. push if I lightning on top of the wall breakers, which would have been a bad trade again because like miner plus wall breakers is 5 elixir. It just doesn't really make sense for me to do that. I still might win if I play it well enough, but it's hard to say. When I go in for the freeze last second, the P.E.K.K.A. will be able to munch onto the bomb tower, and we might have just won this one because this guy messed up, and I maximized my positive elixir trades by knowing that the guy, if he went in for the wall breakers and miner in the right, I could afford to eat that and be A-okay. Like, I could afford to eat that and go all in and hope he made a mistake. But in reality, winning and losing the game does not matter. This is how it is. What really matters is how viable the deck actually is and not the outcome. That's just the fact of life. Like, if you think that, you know, like the win or loss determines if the deck is good or not, then you have another thing coming, because you're going to be playing against a lot better players eventually, and you will not win. If you think that it's just based off of win or losses and, like, I don't know, then you're going to say that every deck is bad, for instance. For instance, I could play against really good players, and I could have matchup advantage, and I could lose. And that happens all the time when I play against my pro-level friends just to mess around. So, just something to keep in mind. And just because they win with the worst deck doesn't mean the deck is better than ours, right? So, it is what it is. You know, it's just how it is. All right, we're going to go for the freeze here. I don't think that's very smart, because I can't really defend for 18 seconds left over, I don't think. I don't think it's very possible. Looking pragmatically, like, I would have to defend this, and then somehow kill the miner. He's going to log, though. Yeah. Ooh, not good. All right, I guess we could lightning, depending on what happens. The Inferno Dragon has to build up a big push. There's going to be a tough one, man. Because, again, I don't have a real win condition here. I thought we had Graveyard for a second or something. We don't have Graveyard. We kind of just have, like, a P.E.K.K.A as a win condition with Inferno Dragon and Freeze. Basically, my win condition is Inferno Dragon Freeze, which is not something that I love to say. The good thing is he's got Bomb Tower, and he's not playing it extremely well. Like, he's giving us opportunities to maybe snag our dragons off to the right-hand side, and then... I guess... No, we do have Battle Ram. Sorry. I forgot about Battle Ram. We do have Battle Ram. Sorry about that. That's my fault. Completely forgot about that card. Alright, we could freeze here. Just a tough spot to be in. Probably gonna go Wall Breakers again with the Knight in the middle, so we're just gonna go and cycle our P.E.K.K.A here and preclude that potential. And then we can go in for like an Inferno Dragon as well. We can also start to like hope that he messes up in triple Elixir, because the cost of our cards are so freaking high that if we just play it decently, we might be able to still do something. If the poison is understand... Oh, I just missed. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. That's tragic. That might have lost us. That might have just like thrown every ounce of coming back into the game. Oh no. I feel awful on that end. Sorry about that, guys. Alright, so we're going to go in for the Inferno Dragon here. The Battle Ram should come through, but I don't know. It's not looking good. It's definitely not looking good. I think I could have played that perfectly and maybe won, but it's just... The thing is, if you have to play a lot better than your opponent, then it's probably not like a great deck to play. But yeah, even though like we both played poorly there, I still lost. It's also hard to take a second tower once the gimmick is exposed sometimes. Like maybe the Inferno Dragon Freeze will snag a tower, but then it won't happen the second time because they'll be ready for it. All right. Just made my own deck. Hey, let's go, man. It's nice to see your guys' decks. Let's see some other ones. Mega Knight, Firecracker, Mortar, Cannon Cart, E-Spirit, Dark Goblin. Oh, wait. That actually looks fun as heck. Wait. Wait, dude. Dude. Siddharth. This actually looks really, really good. This looks like a phenomenal deck. Like having the Firecracker with the Mega Knight and then the Mortar. Like it seems like you have a lot of different defenses, but they all kind of have a similar synergy where they work decently together. Especially since you end up having like, you know, bait elements. And you're actually like using them correctly with the Dark Goblin and the Firecracker. I don't know. And Skeleton Barrel too. Like I don't dislike this deck. I'm looking at it right now. And I guess maybe the Cannon Cart might be a little bit too much. Maybe the Cannon Cart is just a little bit too much oomph. Too much elixir. But for the most part, man, I think this looks really good. So obviously we're removing the P.E.K.K.A and we're going to put in the Skeleton Barrel and then the Dark Goblin. We want to put in the Barb Barrel too. Yeah, let's put in the Barb Barrel there. All right, so this is the deck that you have. Honestly, Cannon Cart's not even that bad to put in the deck. Because you can push it with the Dark Goblin. Maybe Snowball over the Barb Barrel because you already have decent ground defenses, but maybe you're like, wait, I don't want to get screwed by a bandit. So then your Dark Goblin, Firecracker, you want like another mini tank. Maybe that works. Let's try it out. I mean, I assume that you have the Barb Barrel in there because you don't want to lose to like bandits or lose to log bait, and you want to have that safety net. It does make sense. Kind of do like the deck. It's not bad. Seems really, really fun. All right, we're going to go Skeleton Barrel here. Oh, you know what? Wait, I get to show you guys a really cool interaction. Let's go. I'm kind of psyched for this. I'm going to go Barb Barrel here first. I could Mega Knight on that, but it's also better to drop like a Dark Goblin and try to snipe it. So you can do two things. When you go Cannon Cart here, the Archer Queen might click its invisibility, and then the Cannon Cart will run away, and then the Cannon Cart stays alive. Don't you guys love that? Don't you love how the Cannon Cart still applies pressure then? Oh, I messed up. I should have dropped the Dark Goblin slightly further away, so then it would have stayed alive. But I think this is so far my favorite deck of the day. Like, there's a lot of unique elements of it, and I actually do like the Barbarill. I thought about it more now, but to have that like layer of distraction for your Firecrackers and your Dark Goblins, like this P.E.K.K.A shouldn't have reached my tower. That is my fault. I totally messed that up. But like, having that at mid-ladder especially, like this is a really, really good deck, Siddharth. I don't know, man. This is definitely something that I would put on ladder. Like, I would play this. This is pretty freaking fun. You also have the Mega Knight splash damage for the Cannon Cart as well. Damn, dude. And you could run the Mortar Evolution. That's probably what I would do. But yeah, this is cool. All right, we can do this. Even if he's going to have Mother Witch, I think we can win this. So if you guys didn't know, Hog Rider always gets a hit on the tower. If you're dropping a Mortar on defense, you have to support the Mortar with something else. And again, I guess the Barbarill here is going to potentially come up clutch. Firecracker killed it. Wait, I didn't take any damage. What? I thought I was going to lose my entire tower, guys. I was tripping for a second. Not even going to cap. I thought I was screwed. That's insane. Bro didn't evolve his cards? Yeah, I didn't. It's okay, though. I don't want to, like, evolve cards sometimes. Sometimes it's just a little bit better to show you guys the raw deck and let you guys choose what you want to evolve. All right, so we can do this. Like, right now, I'm not really trying to push the Ultimate Champion. I'm just trying to have fun more so than anything else. Yeah, the Mortar locks onto the tower. Even though the guy has Archer Queen, it still worked out. All right, we're going to Barbarill here. Maybe able to finish off the Witch. That Barbarill is so nice because I don't have to dedicate my Mega Knight. Like, you would have to dedicate your Mega Knight in that situation most times, but the Barbarill is, like, not bad, you know? We're a Dark Goblin here because it is going to be able to kill the Hog Rider, and then it will also go on the side that we want. We can go for an Electric Spirit here afterward. Nice. Look at that damage. Okay, one bad thing about your deck, you don't have any direct source of damage. You have to finish off the games with the cards that you have. You might have some really uncomfortable situations where you just lose and aren't able to do much. Please. It's going to get a hit. Oh, he messed up. Firecracker's going to get hit. Oh my gosh. Let's go. I love this deck, man. 8.5 out of 10 for me for creativity, uniqueness, and also just really fun. And just like the creativity allows you to beat people that are really good because they don't know what you're playing. When they see like the Mortar and then also the Cannon Cart, like there are negatives about it, right? Once they know the deck, the gimmick won't work as well if you have a higher elixir cost deck. Fortunately for you, you kind of are able to use the gimmick once, and then because you have a lower cost deck, you can defend more reliably and then still secure the win after you take the tower. So sometimes when you like struggle with a really high cost deck and you take a tower, you're not able to secure the win. But this deck, probably my favorite deck of the day so far. So huge shout out to Siddharth for that. Siddharth Saini is OP. You said you wanted unique? Check my bait and punish. E-Barbs, Royal Hogs, Royal Delivery. All right, we'll try this. We'll try this last one. I think this is going to be my last one of the day, all right? My very last one. And then we'll go through the donations. Actually, let's go through all the donations first because that's the fair thing, and then we'll do this last one. Maybe we'll do one more. I don't know. You know what? I'll do one more after this. But this is we'll do one more from the comment section, not from donations. We're just going to go through all the donations right now. We're not going to use all of your guys' decks, but the ones that I didn't read. The Bo Jackson, Wake Up Lewis, thank you. Tin Man, Nathan Hill, thank you for keep up the awesome streams. Tell me what you think about Evo Knight, Evo Barbs, Three Musketeers. I would use Evo Barbarians over Evo Knight, Nathan. I don't like Evo Knight and Three Musketeers near as much as I like Evo Barbs. The Evo Barbs Fireball bait works synergistically with the Three Musketeers and also the Elixir Collector. It's an infinitely better thing. And it replaces Barbarians, the E-Barbs that you need in the deck. So the Evo Knight is just not near as good as Evolved Barbarians in Three Musketeer decks. Just want to tell you that so then you know. Mo, thank you for the $10. Todd, thank you again, man. And then Carter, thank you for the 5. Yazan again, and then Purple Skittles. All you guys, really appreciate it. Keep it coming. Euro says, Evo Firecracker, thank you for that. Would love to see how you play it or change it. So for the Firecracker Hog Rider deck with Goblin Barrel and Skeleton Army, Inferno Tower, Valkyrie, Baby Dragon. Baby Dragon should not be in your deck, Euro. Remove the Baby Dragon and put in like bats. Or put in some card that's a bait element. Baby Dragon should never be in a deck that has Goblin Barrel and Hog Rider. I did that actually as my OG deck when I first started playing Clash Royale. It's not a good card combination. Baby Dragon sucks in that situation because it just takes up space that could be bait, you know? And then you're stuck with a deck that doesn't work very well. Keep It Coming says, Electro Giant, Night Witch, Dark Prince, Lumberjack, Royal Ghost, Bomber, Electro Dragon, Arrows. You should never have an Electro Dragon with an Electro Giant deck. It's redundant to have that amount of zap resets. You should just be running a Phoenix or a Baby Dragon or a Inferno Dragon instead, and it would be better. All right, so those are all the ones that I missed. Besides, Brandon says filthy. Yeah, I did see that. Swandi, thank you so much for the $5 as well. I got one for you. Evolve Firecracker, Prince, Mega Knight, Zappies, Dark Goblin. Yeah, that looks pretty fun. As I said before, I think that the Mega Knight decks with Firecracker are very, very strong. Mosh, thank you for the 3, and then Rang, we will play your deck right now. Sorry, guys. I just wanted to make sure that I would do that because I feel bad personally, like saying that I would read all the donations and not doing it. One of the things that I just hold myself to is like when I say things, I really, really want to do them. Just the personality trait that I have. For better or for worse, I've said things and I've had. Well, actually, one of my worst personality traits is like I actively, when I say things, I want to do them at sometimes a detriment to myself. That is one thing that I want to work on. Like, not like I want to be able to change my mind. I'm a very stubborn person. I think that is one of my biggest downfalls that I've been working on a lot more. Whether it's like solely focusing on the things that I already deemed important or whatever, or stuff like that. Like that, I think that's one thing. It's like when I say things, I do them, or I feel really bad when I don't do them. All right, so yeah, let's check this out. Bait and Punish. This seems like a fun deck. Honestly, like probably would run the regular Barbarians Evolved in this deck over the E-Barbs, like 100%. I think the deck would be so good if you did that. Like straight up Rang, if you did that, that might be one of the best things ever. Also, Alvaro says, Ice Spirit and Electro Spirit. Ice and Electro Spirit, Evolve Firecracker, Skeletons, Electric Giant, Tornado Zap, and Inferno Dragon. That actually seems really fun. I'm not going to lie. I don't know about having Ice Spirit and Electric Spirit in the same deck because they similarly fulfill a relatively similar role. But I could see that working out if you have a fast card cycle. And then, I don't know, you also end up having, I guess you're just trying to cycle as many Skeletons and Electro Giants as possible since you do end up having 3 1 elixir cost cards, which I did not identify. Not realize that you had 3 1 elixir cost cards, man. You have Skeletons as well in there. Tornado, Inferno Dragon. You probably want Golden Knight, or you know, like, you're going to want some other supplementary cards. It feels like you baked a cake without the rest of the I don't know, the rest of the decorations there. So for me, I would try to have some extra ways of winning instead of just trying to fully focus on cycling things as fast as possible. Because you want to cycle things as fast as possible when there's a card in the meta that is really overpowered and you want to abuse it. But Electro Giant is not that card that you want to cycle as much as possible. It's not the best card in the game. It's situational. And it works really well, but it can get pulled by like a cannon and get countered for 3 elixir. Or a tombstone. Or heck, even a fisherman and activate King Tower. There's so many issues with the Electro Giant. It's low health, gets countered by Zappies as well. Like, like you don't want to be cycling that like crazy because sometimes you're going to be cycling your way into endless negative elixir trades. Something to keep in mind. So I would try to reform your deck from that perspective. It's fun though. Evolve Firecracker with that could work out pretty well. Maybe with the Evolve Firecracker. Did Evolve Firecracker get a nerf that's substantial enough? Maybe. Maybe you're just trying to cycle as many Evolve Firecrackers as possible and using the Electro Giant to go and bait out your opponent's stuff. But again, I don't see a lightning or a way of breaking through buildings. I think you need to have Earthquake in that deck. I'm going to be real with you. Instead of having the Zap, I would put in an Earthquake. So then if you have Earthquake, you can break through the buildings. And then if you can break through the buildings, what happens is you're able to reliably get like much better interactions with the Firecracker locking onto the tower because they have to drop units in front of your E-Giant to counter it. They have to drop units and line it up with their tower to counter your E-Giant, then your Firecracker will get you the value. So I could see that working actually. You do need to have Earthquake, otherwise your deck's not going to work. Earthquake or Lightning, you can't have Zap in that deck. Alright, let's do this. Man, this Evolved Firecracker is a huge pain in the butt. Especially since I have a whole bunch of units flowing at him, it's not really that good for us. So we do end up killing, which is good. And then we can go for this. And then we probably want to go in for dual lane pressure. Just because if I have dual lane pressure, it's going to be harder for him to defend everything. Like, we go spear goblins on the right-hand side. We know that the bomb tower is going to get baited out. And then we can just go and kill his goblins with the rage and the E-barbs. I think that the E-barb locking on the tower is my win condition here. I don't think the piggies are. Nice! Let's go! That's what I'm talking about, baby! That's what we like to see. We got him, Chief. We got him. I used this. Something unique. Yeah, it was a fun time. Wow. The decks today were OP. All right, we're going to do one last deck. Let's go. All right, guys. You know how I'm going to do it? I'm literally going to scroll on a comment, and it could be anything. And I am going to just stop there, and wherever I am, we're going to use that deck. All right? 3, 2, 1, 0. E-Barbs, E-Giant, Mega Knight, Freeze, Battle Healer. You forgot how to spell. All right, I'm gonna show you guys the comment. All right, here we go. Also, I do think it might have been slightly unfair because the way that I did it was I also like whoever took up more space, right? Whoever took up more space was easily able to get it. That was pretty funny. So we got E-Barbs here. We've got E-Giant. Oh, man. My man's like the E. He's like, I don't know. He's like, E stands for easy. So we want easy wins. Oh, my gosh. We're ending with the most mid-ladder deck ever afterwards. Okay, so to be fair, the two best decks of the day were actually the two that I played at the end. These two. But this deck really, really needs no E-Barbs. You need to use those barbarians. Evolved barbarians are going to make that deck 10 times better. I promise you, man. I promise you. The huge, huge difference. All right. And then Rage. Evo Skeletons. Oh, no. The Evo Skeletons. Wait, what is the Elixir? It just says Elixir. It says Elixir. Is it Elixir Collector? Or is it Elixir Golem? I'm going to say it's Elixir Collector because if it's Elixir Golem, sir. No, it's Elixir Golem. It's definitely Elixir Golem. It has to be Elixir Golem, right? Because he got Battle Healer. Dude's definitely got Elixir Golem in the deck. Yep, it's it. It's not a Collector. He would have said Collector. It's Elixir Golem. Damn it. I tried to reason with myself so I didn't have to, but we have to, guys. Guys. Oh, no. Tragedy is befallen upon us in the most memey way. Hog Rider, Firecracker, Skeletons, Log, EQ, Delivery Knight. That's pretty good. Are you going to make the best deck for the fixed event? Yeah, I will. It was glitched last time, so we'll figure that out. So we just cycle Skeletons in the back to get the evolution. It's not bad to cycle Skeletons ever. It's a pretty good thing to do. Oh, man. Here's the thing, bro. I don't want to cycle stuff into a fly machine because fly machine's just going to stay away from our E-Giant, which is kind of a problem. You feel me? Okay. Okay. I mean, let's see if this works. I don't have Tornado. Also, you know the bad thing about Electro Giant with Freeze? I'm going to be real with y'all for a second. Electro Giant, it gets its value when your units are attacking it. Freeze stops units from attacking it. Because you're stopping your opponent's units from attacking, you're not able to get value with the Electro Giant. The Electro Giant, when it's attacking mortars or spawners that don't shoot it, you get 0 value. So from that pragmatic point of view, you really want to be running an Electro Giant with cards that are supplementary and not cards that, you know, are like working against it. So the Freeze is cool. Like, it's a very gimmicky and fun card. It's intrinsically like satisfying to get towers with. But you got to make sure you're using it in the right deck instead of just using your favorite cards. That's another thing. Like, you can still use your favorite cards and stuff. Like, I don't want to say that you can't. But, like, if you're trying to be successful, that's not the approach. That is not the strategy. Faisal is a good player. Yeah, he's playing okay, man. He looks like a legend. All right, so no Inferno Dragon in cycle. That means that I can probably go and spam our Elixir Golem Battle Healer. I also have no answers to Lava Hound in the entire deck. That's not good. That's really not good. I don't have any anti-air cards. Dude, you didn't give me any anti-air cards besides the Electro Giant. I think he trolled me. I love him, though. I still love you. I still love you, sir. Oh my god. How do I do this? Alright, let's go Mega Knight here. We don't lose our entire tower. Let's rage this up. I do lose my entire tower. There's no doubt about it. Never mind, though. Really? Can we be okay? Is there a way? Is there a will to play? I can't believe we're still alive. How do we defend that? That was actually really good decision making on my end, I think. All right, let's go for Evolved Skeletons here and then see what we can do. Like, just going to rage this up. Guarantee that we take tower. I've got freeze on defense. I think we got this, baby. I think we got this game on lock. Come on now. Go for an Inferno Dragon right into Electro Giant. Just spam all your stuff. Yo, let's go. I didn't have any anti-air cards besides an Electro Giant. We still got it. But see how the Electro Giant's not reflecting back any damage at those Skeleton Dragons? They didn't die. So that interaction at the very end, it shows why you never want to run freeze with an Electro Giant deck. And we learn new things, right? It's cool that, you know, I can tell you that. Maybe you were just playing for fun and messing around. And then now you know, hey, maybe I should run Lightning. Maybe I should switch to an Electro Giant deck with Tornado so I can pull Inferno Dragons into it. There's a lot more now. There's a lot of new things that probably unlocked for you. And also, maybe even if you didn't really care, now you can maybe make your more fun deck that you're currently playing just slightly better by switching out the freeze with another small other card like a Fireball or something like a Lightning. I don't know, man. I hope I was able to help a lot of you guys today. It was a ton of fun. And if you guys enjoyed this, make sure to let me know down below in the comment section. I read every single comment, and it was seriously a pleasure seeing so many people be so positive and nice to me today. Check out the pinned comment for the video on the best free-to-play deck to upgrade. The one that I showed earlier with the Rail Hogs Mortar. That Firecracker one is so good. I said 9.5 out of 10 if you are anyone that's trying to push that Trophy Road. Right now, if you guys, you know, are trying to reach the highest arena and you're at 0, right? Like, if you're just trying to reach 23, Arena 23, and you're at, like, I don't know, anywhere, as long as you have the cards, which you should since they're all common cards and easy to upgrade, you can get all the way to the top just using the deck that I'm putting in the pinned comment. Anyway, guys, let me know down in the comment section if there's anything else, new series that you want to see. Like this video if you enjoyed it, because that supports me for free, and then I'm able to stream more often in the future. And then also subscribe, because I put out daily videos or live streams at 3 p.m. Eastern every single day. I love you guys, no matter when you're watching, no matter where you're watching. I hope you have a remarkable, just memorable rest of your afternoon, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. And peace, love, and positivity.